I wasn't supposed to be here today. Today was supposed to be a day off, and tomorrow was going to be a day off as well, but I am here. I'll explain in just a second. Welcome, folks. MJ and the crew. It is the MJ Morning Show. I don't know what the deal is, but the punching bag is a little swollen in the back of my mouth. You know, the uvula. And it's not like I'm talking like this, but you know, like, I can hear a little difference in my voice, you know, with the bone conduction, and when I speak, and it, you know, bone conducts, and the way I hear myself, I can hear just a slight difference. You guys probably can't. I can.
I can. It sounds watery.
Your bone conduction
sounds watery.
Yeah, it sounds more watery today.
Yes, Fester. What?
Your bone conduction.
Yes.
We are experts on your bone conduction, and it does sound a little different.
No, I don't think it sounds very different. But the deal is, I have no fever whatsoever. You know what it is? Sometimes I've noticed that when you run the air conditioning somewhat high, or if I mouth breathed a little too much in the middle of the night, it's like that cold air hitting the punching bag back there. It'll sometimes, I think I've drawn a correlation over the years, maybe once a year it happens. It's not often. So I have a little enlarged uvula this morning, so I'll sound a little bit weird.
You'll be fine.
That's why.
See, more watery.
Hey, it's a busy show today. A lot of stuff lined up. I got to figure out how to get this story on the air. We've all heard of catfishing. Has anyone seen this story?
No.
And I don't think so. We've all heard of catfishing, where a woman will use a photo that is just not her to attract a guy. You know,
Sure.
Typically online dating, and you know they'll use a different photo, and well, there's something else when it has to do with the men, where you think that catfishing would be also, and it is, that catfishing with men is also something, but there's another twist, another angle. We'll get to that coming up this morning. We got a loaded program today here on a Monday. I want to tell you about the creeper. There's a story about the guy that's been dubbed the creeper. We'll get into that coming up. Oh, a backpack. Can you imagine being on a flight, and while you're getting ready to take off, someone's backpack bursts into flames on the floor? You know, you put certain things you can put up in the overhead. Typically, the smaller items people will put on the seat floor in front of them, underneath. The guy's backpack catches on fire. We'll get to that coming up. All right. Also, no pants mom. All right, that's coming up this morning. Oh, and speaking of airplanes, that wacko, that Tiffany Gomez, it is not real. I'm telling you, it's not real.
She's still in the news?
Oh, yeah. She showed up on a podcast with an explanation. I'm doing air quotes, by the way. If you're watching MJ TV, you can see me do the air quotes. The explanation. So all that is on the way, and that's just a fraction. Oh, and check split. Man, this is going to be a biggie. The check split. Roxanne, I think you sent that to me. Did you? You sent me check split.
I did.
I like that story.
Me
so
too.
we will get to that. That's just a fraction. That's just a little sampling of what's coming up. But clearly there's like 10 times more than that. But just a reason to keep listening to the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. So welcome, folks. Oh, so I wasn't supposed to be here today because I was going to take a long weekend and head down to Little Cayman. So buddy of mine who I dive with was putting his brand new charter boat in the water, like a 46-foot Newton, and I wanted to be there for the launch and just do. I would have left on Friday after the show, and I would have dived Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so 3 days of diving, and then I would have flown home on Tuesday. So the plan was I was not going to be here today and tomorrow, and we'd run, best of shows. And most people, when we run a best of, they don't even know it's a best of. I get so much email and social media contact from people when we do best ofs. People say they're commenting on the material, and a lot of people don't know it's a best of. And listen, if you're entertained and you haven't heard it, and that's what we try to do, that if originally we broadcast something, let's say at 7:45, we run it at 8:45. So we try to mix up. Andrew keeps track of like a running list of all the material we do and what would be a good best of segment and what time it ran so he can run that segment at a completely different time on the show. So for a lot of people, if you haven't heard it, it's new to you. It's like that old NBC thing, if you haven't seen it, it's new to you. Remember the old NBC promos when they would rerun, the NBC program? I always like that. If you haven't seen it, it's new to you, even if it's a repeat. If you haven't seen it, it's new. So that's the way we do our best stuff. So I canceled the trip to Little Cayman last Thursday because the weather all week was just looking like garbage, like 6 to 7 foot seas. And, for a quick trip like that, if you just miss one day of diving, that's a high percentage. So I canceled the trip. And, part of that was the tropical activity that was in the southern Caribbean and some crap coming from the east. And, well, guess what? The weather turned out to be absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah.
We're here because you think you're like an amateur meteorologist. You were trying to predict Little Cayman weather?
No, I talked to my weather buddies. I talked to Paul Delgado. I talked to Dennis Phillips. Dennis was, he was texting me. And seriously, the weather forecasting looked awful. And I made a decision on Thursday that I was going to cancel the trip. And, as far as my stay at the resort, that's just fully credited and banked, so I don't lose anything with the Little Cayman Beach Resort. I don't lose anything. They're based in St. Pete. The Tibbetts family and clearly Cayman. They're based right here in St. Pete. So and I've known them obviously for years. So my stay, that all gets banked. I'll trust me. I'll use that soon. And I was flying Cayman Airways down. I do lose $150 on Cayman. So my total fare is now minus $150, and the rest goes into a travel bank. And I was coming back on Delta because Tuesday is a rough day. The Cayman Air didn't have flights, so I was going to go Grand Cayman to Atlanta, then Atlanta back to Tampa on Delta. And that airfare, that's totally banked. That goes right into my credits, so I don't lose a penny on that.
Good. We were worried.
You have to be sarcastic.
No, I'm saying we were all. I'm looking at Roxanne was very concerned.
Very.
Froggy has a look of great concern on his face
Grave
over
concern.
your.
So I wasn't supposed to be here today and tomorrow, but I am here. And you know how it is. You make a decision. I had a drop dead time. I had to make a decision. I did based on the information I had. And then the weather turned out to be fantastic. So that kind of sucks. All right. We are just getting rolling here on a Monday where I am here. I also just got a note from Andrew that the water's being shut off again. Oh, at least we're getting notice with a little bit of warning time versus what happened last week. Yeah, if you don't know about what happened last week with the water being shut off, hey, we'll get to that coming up. It's a loaded show today here on the MJ broadcast. Pat's got traffic. What's up?
A couple crashes to start.
They let that young.
Can you do that
QB
again?
Yes. Terrible. Awful.
Some in-depth sports analysis there.
I think we need more sing-song from Roxanne.
When you have less facts, you make up for it with sing-song.
Sing-song. So you have no facts?
No, I just know that the Bucs are supposed to have a halfway decent defense, but that young quarterback for the Texans, carved him up.
CJ Stroud.
There you go,
and
CJ Stroud.
He
Yes.
threw for like 477 yards or something.
Yep.
I don't know what the real number is. Is that close?
It's about right.
I think 450. I think something around there. Listen, MJ.
Yeah.
Broke a record.
As a football
As a rookie, yeah, Fester.
As a football fan, it was a great game. It was an exciting game if I didn't have a rooting interest in either team. And because I'm not on the payroll of the Buccaneers, I don't have a rooting interest in either team. So I was very entertained. A lot of points. I can't remember the last time the Buccaneers and their opponent has scored this many points.
That's a high-scoring game, and of course the Bucs, 4-game losing streak now, and man, it was within reach, but you got the new young quarterback for the Bucs, obviously outshined by the rookie quarterback. Isn't the Texans quarterback a rookie?
Yes, he
Yes,
played for
that's-
Ohio State. He was the first draft pick, CJ Stroud. He's a stud. He's going to come into his own.
Hey, we've a listener on the phone that wants to correct me. Apparently, I made a mistake on Friday's show.
Okay.
Yeah. Who am I going to? What's the name of the caller? All right, Rico. Rico, welcome to the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Rico.
Hey, MJ, good morning. Long-time listener.
I appreciate it, Rico. All right, so I made a mistake on Friday's show, and you've been waiting all weekend to correct me?
Well, actually, I usually listen to you every day, but I've been really busy this month. I listened to the podcast, and I believe you mentioned...
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I thought that you didn't catch it live, or else you would have called up probably then and there, but you heard it on the replay on the podcast, and of course, the show is podcast by about 11 a.m. every morning. Every second of the show is podcast, and we're on all the major platforms. All you got to do is search MJ Morning Show Q105 podcast, and it's all there. Or they're all listed as well on mjmorningshow.com. Go, Rico. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Hey, I believe you mentioned, I don't know why you mentioned it, but you mentioned something about Goodfellas, how the guy that sold the wigs got killed.
Oh, Maury, the wig guy, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned piano wire, but I believe he got killed with an ice pick. The piano wire was the guy on Godfather where he kicked out the windshield. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
No, you're right. That's a Godfather thing. But listen, I'm sure that someone got the piano wire somewhere in
When they
Goodfellas.
initially threatened Maury at the wig shop when the commercial was going on and his wig fell off, that was with a strap.
Okay.
That's when they warned him.
All right. That's when he got warned.
Or a wire, as
Right.
you said.
All right. So you know what? We pulled the audio bite and the video. So let's take a look and listen right now to see if Rico is. By the way, Rico is correct. Now that Rico. But hey, let's go to the videotape anyway. Here we go.
Take a couple more. You hear about the points we were shaving up in Boston? No, it is. Oh, it's terrific. Yeah, Nunzio up in
There it is.
Yeah, I believe he says that.
You never shut the
I wanted him to shut up.
Chop him up and get rid of the car.
Chop him up.
One more question.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. I got to hold on, Rico. Hold on a sec. I got to play the music. Hang on a minute. Yeah, here we go. We got to play some of the music from Layla, which they used in a very pivotal scene in Goodfellas. Anyway, all right. So Rico, what's your other question?
Are you still affiliated with PDQ? You don't mention them that much.
Yeah, no, I am. Just the advertising stopped, and I think that the I think the advertising might continue. I mention occasionally, but yeah, I still have an interest in PDQ.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So
mention them a lot more often. That's why I was just curious.
yeah, well, I was doing commercials every morning for PDQ for a while,
Correct.
and that flight, as we call it in radio, when an advertiser runs a schedule of commercials, it's called a flight, and that flight ended. I did it for I think over a year and a half or so,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're on advertising hiatus on radio for now, but I expect them to return.
Hey, cool. Hey, listen, man, I hope you get that, whatever you want in your new contract. You guys are great, and you make part of the day bearable, and I hate to see you guys leave.
Well, listen, I appreciate it, Rico. Thanks for the support. Thanks for calling us this morning. It's listeners like you that keep us going, so thank you, buddy.
All right, sir. Have a good one.
Thank
We
you.
may need to hire Rico as our lead negotiator.
And our quality control person, especially when it comes to mobster stuff.
When it comes to mob hits, I gotta have someone keep me straight, keep track of the mob hits to make sure I don't do anything incorrectly on the program. But he brought up the contract deal. Listen, I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm in talks, obviously. And listen, if you haven't seen the video that I shot, the fastest viewed video, like the most video hits racked up, is the video that I shot on, was it Friday that I shot that? I think it was. It was Friday.
Yeah, it would have been Friday after the show.
So if you haven't seen, I shot a quick little video, and it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And listen, I'm not going to dwell on it on the air. I'm talking to the team here about extending my contract. But take a look at the video. I think the video says plenty. The video is on my Instagram. I believe it's the last thing posted. Let me just check my IG and see if it is the last thing. It is. So it's the first item. You'll see me sitting at my kitchen table in front of my old RCA microphones. Got the 77DX on the left. You got my 44BX on the right. And, well, there's another surprise in the video. So if you want to see the video, it's on my... Who's like clearing their throat on mic?
I went like this.
I know. Why would you do that on the mic?
I was off the mic, you insane person.
But if we heard it loud and clear.
Well, that's life. We all do a little throat clear.
It was a hearing test. You passed.
Anyway, so the video is on my Instagram. Take a look. A lot of people like it. Tons of comments. Most views that I've ever received this quickly on just a little contract discussion. The video is on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Everyone seems to like this thing. So take a look at the video. Go to Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, and it's the first item.
It could be taken in a couple ways.
Well, listen, take it however you want. I'm just saying that we are talking, and that's it. Now, the water is going off this morning. So Andrew put this note in here. Reminder, no water after 8 a.m.
Oh, great.
And I'm holding this up to MJ TV. And that's another thing, Rico, I'm sure Rico knows, and everyone else, that this show is on TV every morning. We have MJ TV when the show starts at 6. So do the cameras. We've got cameras on all of us here in the studio, although just one at a time. They promised me that system with the multi-screen 3 years ago. That's another broken promise around here. So... So,
is that the song, the theme song of the station, Broken Promise?
Yeah. So, but MJ TV is still, fun to watch, and the whole show is on TV every morning. So if you want to watch us either live or if you want to watch us after the fact, you just go to mjmorningshow.com. You click on MJ TV at the very top, and when we're live 6 to 10, you can click on the graphic that says Watch Live. Or if you scroll down, then you can watch any of our old shows. They're all archived on video. So on Friday's show, what was it? The email came out like 2 minutes before they shut the water off on Friday. So I'm sorry. Hold on.
No, I was 2 hours afterwards.
Wait a sec. Someone told me it was like just before. I'm being told now the email that the water was being shut off on Friday. You want to know what this is all about? They're installing a new water fountain because the water fountain in our lobby has been leaking for 3 months. Have you noticed that?
No, but I didn't know people really use water fountains anymore after COVID. Do you ever see anyone bent over at the water fountain? I never do.
You don't put your mouth on that thing. You know what? That reminds me. Can't remember who it was, but when I was in elementary school at George W. Miller Elementary School in Nanuet, New York, 50 Blauvelt Road, 10954, when I was in probably second or third grade, there was a kid that used to go to the water fountain. And I think back then it was the ceramic water fountains that were built into the wall.
Yes.
And this kid, it was like that white ceramic water fountain. This kid used to put his whole freaking mouth on the hardware.
Oh, yeah.
His mouth would go on the chrome
over
hardware.
the sail part.
Oh, the whole thing.
Ew.
I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, even at like 6 or 7 years old, I realized that is grotesque.
I knew a kid that would suck on it like it was a mouthpiece, but I never knew anybody who went over the thing.
The guy, he touched his whole face and mouth and lips and tongue. It was like he was going like he was French
kissing. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you? I mean, even at that young age, I knew that was gross. That you push the button and just let the water come to you. You don't have to go to the water.
It'd be interesting to do a survey on kids who drink fountains like that and see where he ended up. He's like a serial killer or something.
There's always one. There's always one in every school. I remember we had one just like that. Like
It's usually
French
the kid
kiss.
who pulls down his pants entirely to go to the bathroom. That kid usually does it.
Now, water. So Friday, I guess I'm finding out the letter went out after they shut the water off to put in a new water fountain in our lobby because ours was like leaking at the base. All the water contained in the water fountain, but it was just leaking. It was like, I don't know how many gallons were lost over like months. So we're getting a new water fountain, and I guess they couldn't finish the job on Friday, and they shut the water off. But we didn't know this. So I go to the bathroom, and then I go to wash my hands, and I hit all the soap with the dispenser, right? So I got all the soap out of the dispenser. My hands are covered in soap. I turn on the faucet, nothing, because they turned the water off. I'm like, son of a... It's like zero warning for us. And then now we find out that they couldn't do the water fountain job on Friday in its entirety. So now the water is getting shut off after 8 a.m. this morning. But hey, look, we have advance notice now. All right, just getting rolling here, folks. I got a great pile of early morons in the news next. The minute we get back, we go right into morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Here we go, 6:41 at the MJ Morning Show, and, well, a very distasteful pile of morons in the news this morning. I'm sorry. I got a whole, series of, I call it school fools. That's my Mr. T sound. Don't be a school fool. Kind of a Mr. T sound, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what it is, but I've, sat on a couple that I didn't even get to last week, so I have some of those. And then this will culminate with a school custodian story That's just awful. Just, ugh. And then later on, we'll get to the creeper. That's also kind of school-related as well. But lately, a lot of teachers with the whole OnlyFans thing, I've seen like 3 or 4 of these stories in the last, 6 months. So here's another one. Second teacher at Missouri High School caught peddling porn on OnlyFans.
Same high school?
Yeah. Second teacher at a small Missouri high school. You think they got together, oh, man, I'm making so much money on OnlyFans. So one teacher probably got the other teacher all roped in on this thing.
Yeah, it's a modern-day Tupperware.
I'm telling you, it's so easy.
I think it sounded just like that, Frog.
You could so do it. Oh, seriously,
Oh, my God.
Me and Teddy just get together and we just do it.
So
Do it.
second teacher at a Missouri high school, is a small school, is in trouble, supplementing her teacher's income by selling, pornographic services on OnlyFans after a student slipped a note under her classroom door that they knew her secret. Man, this is like a movie deal.
Your secret's out.
Some kid at school slips a note under the door. So a high school kid, I know your secret. That's like some out of a Scream movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was the thing? What was the Scream theme? I haven't seen that in like years and years. I never.
What did they? Yeah.
Wasn't there something like I know your secret? Was that Scream? What movie was that?
I don't know.
I only saw Scream 1. I didn't see Scream 2 through 9.
I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Or maybe
That's a different movie.
Oh, is that it?
yeah. I know what you did last summer.
Oh, is that it? Am I
Yeah.
confusing? Am I conflating?
That's what the note said. I know what you did last summer.
That's another type thing. Absolutely.
They ran over a fisherman.
That's right. I saw that as well.
Yeah.
There's a
Hook
movie
hand.
called I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, we saw a great movie on Saturday night. Hang on. Remind me. Would you please remind me in next hour?
Yes.
Megan Gaither. It would be great if she taught at Gaither High School here in the Tampa
Yes.
Bay area.
Actually, a distant relative of Vivian Gaither.
Megan Gaither, 31, an English teacher and varsity cheerleading coach. Oh, it gets better because she's a cheerleading coach. At St. Clair High School, told the St. Louis Post-Dispatch that she was put on leave last week after her X-rated moonlighting job was revealed. Yeah, teaching does not financially support a person. It's really hard to stretch those paychecks during the summer. That's why I did it. Gaither said she joined the subscription-based OnlyFans back in May to help pay back more than $125,000 in student loans.
Oh.
Her total pay last year, including a coaching stipend, was about $47,500.
It's not bad.
And if you're sitting on $125,000 in debt, and you've got car payment, you got rent and food and just
3 years of salary worth of debt.
living. So that's why she did it. And her colleague, Brianna Coppage, a former freshman and sophomore English teacher at the school, recently resigned as well to devote all of her time to online porn
Listen.
on OnlyFans. Wow. She was placed on leave when it was revealed that she was running an OnlyFans page with her husband. Yeah, so she was suspended back in September after district officials got wind of the scandalous side gig, blah, blah, blah. Her salary is $42,000 a year. So she was supplementing. So there you go. Second teacher at the same high school and that's, if you're in a major city, it seems to have less of an effect than if you're like a small town teacher.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to know then.
It's just ample. But how do they find out? There are so many people, content creators on OnlyFans. Who found out and how?
It was the parent-teacher night when Dad's like, hey,
you look familiar.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
I pay you $19.99 a month.
Hold on. Can you put your leg around your head? Yep, I know who you are. I know who you are.
Wow, she's flexible.
I met your teacher online, son. Let me show you.
Then we have a bad custodian. This is up in New Jersey. A New Jersey school custodian used bleach and personal bodily fluids to contaminate food products and utensils intended for elementary school students. You got to be kidding me. Giovanni Impellizzeri.
Hey, Giovanni Impellizzeri.
Sounds like he's right out of Goodfellas, doesn't he?
Oh, I'm going to taint the food, eh?
Out of The Sopranos or something, right?
I got some bodily fluid over here.
Yeah.
We're going to whack a couple of fourth graders.
So he's facing multiple felony acts after allegedly recording himself performing sexual acts with items from the school. I'm looking at his mugshot right now. As detailed in the shocking probable cause affidavit, which has been reviewed by the Smoking Gun, and video show the police that Impellizzeri used various utensils from the school's cafeteria to wipe and touch his
Everybody needs a gumar, you know? So mine's a cafeteria palette plate.
What is he? Is he using like a spatula from the school cafeteria kitchen to like touch his wang?
No.
Well, apparently that's what he did. I mean, this is unbelievable.
I'm using a soup ladle to cup my boys.
You know what? Really? Come on, Fester.
The guy's using
That was
kitchen.
good.
I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain about what kitchen utensil you can get it on with.
Dude, I'm trying to dance around it, and you're just, just blasting it out there.
Dancing in it.
You said spatula like 20 seconds before I said soup ladle.
What's the matter with you?
What's
the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? Oh, I give you a smack. What's the matter with you?
I told you, buy nothing.
Put it back. Bring it back.
What's the matter with you?
Take those things out of that soup ladle now.
That's my mother's soup ladle.
Additionally, he could be seen, I can't say that, on kitchen bowls, spraying bleach on cucumbers later to be served to students. What is wrong with this guy?
How do you say cucumbers?
It looks like he was jealous of the cucumbers, if you know what I mean.
Was that Hilaria Baldwin?
You can do a lot of things with a cucumber.
How do you say cucumber in English?
Cucumber?
Yeah.
How was that?
Cucumbers?
Impellizzeri had worked at the Upper Deerfield School District in New Jersey since 2019. Currently, he's locked up in the Cumberland County, New Jersey jail in advance of a detention hearing. But he would like take bread and like rub his with like bread that was going to be used for like sandwiches, I think.
Make a hot dog.
Roxanne, what are you doing?
I mean, your bread. I mean,
you're saying he's going to
That's a foot long.
Put his on a hot dog bun?
Yeah.
It's like bachelor party.
Some ketchup and mustard.
If you had a warm
ketchup and mustard? First of all, you don't put ketchup on a hot dog.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Always.
And you don't put mustard on a ween.
No, you don't. The only way to have a hot dog, first of all, you got to have the right dog with that nice snap to it. And it's mustard and sauerkraut only. I want a New York dog. That is the way to go, without a doubt.
Sucks.
Yeah, well, let me tell you how Mr. Impellizzeri liked his hot dog.
Hey. I mean, what a sicko.
Covered in the chocolate milk, if you know what I mean, huh, with the kids?
What? I don't know. I just dumped that. I don't even know what you just said.
It's okay.
All right.
It wasn't that funny.
650. Well, it's a lot of that going on lately.
Yeah, with you.
Right, 650. 650 at the MJ Morning Show. So a little dose of early morons in the news. And hopefully this is just like a one-off sick individual. Hopefully there's not a whole rash of these things going on. All right, we're going to start the 7 o'clock hour coming up next. Fester, there is something coming out, and I want to see you wear this.
Ooh la la.
I will explain in just a matter of minutes. Also, Deja Vu. Think about this. When is the last time you had deja vu? Just don't say it now. I want to talk about this next. Hold on. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stay. Q105 702 here on a Monday. And again, if you missed the beginning of the show, I was not supposed to be here on today's show and tomorrow's show, but I am here. I was going to take a couple of personal days today and tomorrow, but it didn't come to fruition. If you missed why, I discussed it at the very beginning of today's show. So great reason why, after we're done today, if you miss like the first hour, I encourage people to figure out a way to listen to the entire show, and some people do. Some people listen cover to cover live. Some people go back and watch MJTV, our streaming video. Some people listen to the podcast, but you really ought to go back, and if you miss things on this program, if you miss the 6 o'clock hour, if you miss the 9 o'clock hour, we have great stuff. Pound for pound, no one's doing a show as densely packed with content that's enjoyable and compelling on a daily basis than here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So you can check that if you care. Yes, Rox.
I went to an event recently and I met this lovely man, and he was like, I listen to you every night before I go to sleep. And he listens to the podcast. He's like, I do it and I get in a good mood before I go to bed.
It listens to you and does it? That sounds pretty creepy, actually.
That also means, MJ, he's listening to you.
Yeah, exactly.
A
lot of you.
I have some sweet dreams now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Roxanne goes, what? And then when I talk, So, all right. So, now, Fester, before I get into Deja Vu.
What do you got?
You got to get one of these.
What are they?
Crocs is coming, because you love Crocs. Are you wearing Crocs today?
I am.
Which Crocs? Do you have the teal blue ones on, like the hospital scrubs looking color?
No, I have my red ones.
Oh, so the red Crocs are on this morning.
Crocs, yes.
For whatever reason, first of all, I don't know how those aren't squished to like the thickness of a postage stamp.
That's the genius of Crocs.
With your weight on those things.
Those things are so popular right now.
I can't believe you've never worn a pair.
I've never worn Crocs. I've never had Crocs on my feet ever. That's number one. Number two, remember, Crocs came on ridiculously strong years ago. And then there was like a lull. And I'm pretty sure that I had read like the Crocs company, they were close to bankruptcy.
Didn't celebrities start wearing them, like Justin Bieber?
But then it came back
in
again.
Their first run. Then the pandemic hit.
They were huge. Then Crocs hit the skids. And Froggy, you're saying the Crocs are big again?
Oh my gosh. I had a soccer tournament this weekend. Hundreds of kids, all of them were wearing Crocs before their game. All of them.
I was going to say during the game. That might be fun. Soccer with Crocs.
Crocker.
Crocker.
Sock Crocs.
Soccer with Crocs is called Crocker.
No, but yeah, I mean, even parents, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, the reason why I'm bringing this up is...
If I could never wear a regular pair of shoes again and just wear different color Crocs the rest of my life, I'd be fine.
I give it to my dad. He's been wearing Crocs since the first time they came out.
And Phil's
all the way through.
Fashionista if I've ever met one.
That's right.
So there are numerous Crocs coming out with McDonald's themes.
Yes.
Fester, which Croc with a McDonald's theme is just so blatantly obvious that you have to wear?
It's got to be Grimace.
It is.
It's got to be Grimace. They're going to have purple Grimace.
Yes.
All right, so let's
Purple Grimace Crocs.
That's awesome.
Fester's got to wear them.
Listen, let's talk about the pluses and minuses of having, size 15 feet. Is that they don't always make the novelty sizes in my size, but hopefully there's at least a size 14 I could jam my fat feet into.
All right. Crocs, when is it coming out? McDonald's, the latest brand to collaborate with Crocs for a collection of the classic clogs. The collection includes 4 versions of the clog, all of which come with McDonald's themes gibbets, including a classic clog with the signature red and yellow color scheme, just like Ronald McDonald, the, I guess, the Hamburglar character, and then there's going to be the Grimace Crocs. Oh, yeah. The fan favorite is destined to be the purple cozy slide Grimace Crocs. Man, you got to get these.
Look at
Are they
them.
furry?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so these aren't true Crocs in the sense that they cover your foot. They're more like Croc sandals, and they're furry on the inside.
Ooh.
So they show my toes.
No, that's not going to keep any stink.
I have beautiful toes.
That's going to be fantastic. Yeah, I love guys in sandals.
I wear sandals.
I've got sandals suck.
Flip
I've never.
That's because your feet have little baby feet.
No, I
you have like
don't.
Dunice feet.
I do not have Dunice feet.
Yeah.
They're little.
I don't.
I could wear Crocs every day for every occasion.
Dude, you live in Florida. How do you not wear flip-flops?
I hate flip-flops. I hate that thing between your toes.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't wear sandals. I think guys that wear sandals are weirdos.
What? You're a weirdo.
No, you're a weirdo.
No, you know what? You're a weirdo.
No, you're a weirdo. No.
Shut up, Denise feet.
It's 95 degrees. Let me put my socks and sneakers on.
I know. What do you wear to the beach?
Are you ready for deja vu?
Please.
Moving along.
I just had it about
Well,
that.
I'm about. No, you didn't.
About us talking about your Denise feet.
No, you didn't. Seriously now, Roxanne, when was the last time you had deja vu?
So I had to think about this because deja vu is like a dream. Like you only remember your dream the next day,
No,
and then it's like
no, that's not deja vu.
No, I know, but what I'm saying, it has the transient memory like a dream. Like it happens, and it's not like you think about it.
No,
But-
you're
so I really-
you're totally conscious.
What's the
Yes,
definition of
yes,
dating?
yes.
There we go.
What-
Froggy, go ask Roxanne that question.
I don't know if I'm not going to ask Roxanne. I'm going to ask anybody. Does anybody know the real definition of
Ask
what?
me.
Yes,
Ask me.
I thought you were quizzing Okay, Roxanne, what is the definition of deja vu, the French word?
It's when you're in
Or
a
term.
particular environment with maybe certain people, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I've been here before. This has already happened. I'm
All right.
reliving this.
Fair enough.
So I had to think of the time that it happened to me where I actually said, oh, guys, I'm feeling deja vu. And it was when I was on a girls' trip a couple weeks ago.
So you had deja vu a
Yes.
couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
All right. Fester, when was the last time you had deja vu? Again, deja vu, for those that don't know, like Froggy, it's the feeling that, whoa, I've been here before, I've experienced this before, and you haven't. So suddenly it's like, whoa, I did this before. What? That's deja vu. So Fester, last time you had it.
Oh, I don't know. About a decade ago, went to Deja Vu Showgirls on Adamo Drive. Me and a couple of the boys.
Not what I'm looking for.
I don't really have deja vu that
All right,
often.
Froggy,
Yes.
when's the last time you had deja vu, now that you know what the hell it means?
You know, I don't really. It happens to me very infrequently. I can't even remember the last time it happened.
I'm in
really.
Froggy's boat.
I know it's happened.
Listen, I've had it before, but it seems that deja vu stopped in my teens. I do not recall having any deja vu, I would say in 20, 30 years, a long time. I cannot tell you the last time I had deja vu. It just doesn't happen.
Some people swear they have it all the time.
I have it pretty frequently.
It happened to me, as a kid, and it happened to me in the teen years, and not like totally frequently, but occasionally, I don't know, a couple of, maybe once a month or a couple times a year. Yeah, maybe not once a month, but maybe a couple of times a year, you'd get a pretty good dose of deja vu. I have not had that. I don't think I've had deja vu since I've been living in the Tampa Bay area, and that's since 1994. So the question is, what causes deja vu? And this is what's interesting. Yeah, Rox.
Deja vu, some people say, you know what it is?
Oh, don't tell me it's like your past life.
No, it's a glitch in the Matrix.
In the simulation we call
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Well, like Max Headroom from 1988. So, deja vu, what causes it? So, Roxanne, you get it all the time.
I mean, I get it, I would say like once a month.
What? It's awesome.
That's a lot. That's I don't. You know what? Even when I was a kid or teenager, I don't think I had it once a month. I said I think a couple times a year that I'd remember having a good classic dose of deja vu. But apparently, what causes deja vu? Scientists think they're getting a little closer to figuring it out, and what they believe is that it's the way that memories are processed in your brain, and there's sort of like a RAM access, like a random access memory glitch, or there's just a processing error. It's a delay in memory processing and retrieval. So it's just like a wiring issue in the brain where just occasionally it's this disconnect in the signals in your brain not being processed quick enough, or how it's processed, that gives you the feeling that you've done this, you've been here before. So that's what they believe the explanation is.
It's always a good feeling. Like it never happens when something bad is happening. Like, oh, I've been through this horrible situation before. It's always like when you're having like a good time.
Could be.
And maybe with you, but I bet you there are people listening that have bad deja vu.
Fester, you've really never had deja vu? Sorry.
Deja vu.
I was looking at you.
I remember when I would, be a bad kid, and my dad would always be like, "You're like deja vu all over again." Because I do the same thing again and again.
That's a famous quote, dude.
Yeah, but that's
Who
said that?
I'm not saying he invented it.
That is it's like deja vu all over again. That is a famous quote attributed to whom?
Ben Franklin.
No, it's not.
Albert Einstein.
No.
Deja vu all over again.
No.
Abraham Lincoln gave it in the Gettysburg Address.
It's like deja vu all over
Come on,
again.
Yogi Berra.
407 years
No,
ago.
Yogi Berra.
The cartoon?
He said it's deja. No, not Yogi Bear.
Yogi.
Hey, boo boo. How about a little deja vu?
The ball player was named after the bear.
I think so.
Yeah, some 60 to 70% of people in good health experience some form of deja vu in their lifetime. Mine stopped. Mine just completely shut off.
A lot of deja vu fans on the text line
Yeah.
and saying it's like proof your life is on track.
Deja vu.
And
Deja vu.
You're right. You're right where you need to be at the right time.
It's the Deja Vu Booster Club.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, get your deja vu merch.
I'm gonna put some Deja Vu flags up on the side of my windows. I'm gonna drive down Dale Mabry with Deja Vu flags.
we're big fans of deja vu. Big fans.
All right,
You a deja vuer? Yeah.
7:13. 7:13 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, there is another thing similar to catfish and catfishing that I have to discuss. I just got to figure out how to cleanly get it on the air. That's coming up next. Also, the creeper. No pants mom. Oh, man, I'm going to love the next segment. And we start the long one. It's an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. And there's a lot of great stuff coming up. Don't move here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, 725, MJ and Roxanne in studio. I do not see Fester. I do not see Froggy, but that will not stop me from launching an hour and 20 minutes plus of nonstop MJ right now. Oh, here's Froggy.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, were you pretending you're
Yeah, and you know what? That deal's not good enough. I asked for $3 million. No deal. Don't call me again. Just had to handle a little business. Sorry. Fester, where were you?
What's your excuse, Fester?
Froggy's on his cell phone with some kind of fake call.
Hey, get it out.
Pick up your
Now it's
banana.
completely
You've
real.
got a call.
Yeah. All right. It is the MJ Morning Show. Hey, let me go backward for a second, because apparently I stirred quite a bit of opinion and commentary when I made the comment that men should never wear sandals. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course you did.
I know guys who wear sandals. I'm sorry. If I know you, do not be offended, but you should not wear sandals. Men should not wear sandals. In fact, and you've got
That's subjective, bro.
Roxanne, you got a ton of texts that rolled in.
In agreement.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa.
In agreement with what?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to agitate, we'll get just as many people on pro sandal side.
Tell you what, I'll go to phones right now on sandals.
Sandals, Jerry.
And listen, there's nothing to do with Sandals, the resort. So if you want to go to Sandals, just
I love that place.
make sure you bring your carbon monoxide detector. That's all I'm saying.
Just bring that and have a great time.
All right. So men should not wear footwear known as sandals. Shouldn't happen. I'll take a couple of calls here. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Ladies, what do you think about guys that wear sandals? I don't know what happened. When I was a kid, something scarred me with sandals. And I've hated sandals ever since. I'm a sandals hater for whatever reason.
You have PTS sandal. Is PTSD? The S is for sandals?
Yeah. I've got PT sandals disorder.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're trying to say.
Post-traumatic sandal disorder.
That's what I have. All right. We'll go to phones. And you know who texted me? Kenny Newman, who owns Plan B Air Conditioning. You know, one of our sponsors here on the show. So Kenny Newman just texted me, and it says, men should not wear sandals. I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, men should not wear sandals when they're replacing or repairing air conditioners, Kenny. You're absolutely right.
Hang on, let me call Kenny real quick. Hang on a minute. Let me get him on the phone.
I think the people who are anti-sandal are really passionate about it.
You guys are anti-sandites.
I'm telling you right now. I had no idea this was going to... Why did it even come... Oh, because I was talking about the Crocs.
The Grimace Crocs from McDonald's collaboration with Crocs.
Yeah. Hey, Kenny, MJ Live. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, MJ?
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Newman. Yeah. Hey, so Kenny Newman is the owner of Plan B Air Conditioning. You know, highly recommended here on the MJ Morning Show. This is your air conditioning company, folks. If you have any problem with an AC unit, if you need a new system... They're going to tell you if you really need one. But see, a lot of companies will say, oh, you need one when Plan B AC can actually fix it. So remember, planbairconditioning.com. So, Kenny, you send me a text that you agree 100% with me that men should not wear sandals.
Yeah, it's god awful. I don't understand that at all. I think, that's just like men have men feet, and that's that. Hairy, whatever they may be. Don't show your feet if you're a guy. Who does that?
All right, so you can guarantee, Kenny, that none of your air conditioning techs will show up at anyone's house wearing sandals.
No, as a matter of fact, they'll have booties on, too, to protect their feet.
Right, so you're going to make no sandals guarantee or else the job is free, right?
100%.
There we go.
No
Look
sandals at all.
Look at that.
But we wear booties. All right, what is this?
No, they put the protective booties over top of...
Oh, they have they have a point. Okay,
so
I'm thinking of
stuff.
like baby booties.
No, they don't wear baby booties.
Yeah, they wear they wear a baby bonnet also.
Oh, that's cute.
And a diaper.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, diapered AC guys. All right, Kenny, great to have you on, buddy.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right.
See, in this area, there's a lot of water, there's a lot of beaches, there's a lot of fishermen, there's a lot of beachgoers. They all wear sandals.
I want to go to phones here.
What do you wear? Your sneakers to the beach, you complete nerd?
He does.
Listen.
He's banging the sand out of him for months.
I want to talk. I don't like flip-flops. I don't like sandals. I want to talk to women that don't like guys in sandals. And listen, if you do like guys in sandals, I'm not going to preclude you from calling in. But I'm telling you, I bet you there are a ton of women out there that don't like guys in sandals. So if you're a woman and you don't want to see guys in sandals, or maybe it's the opposite, I'll take your call. Dial us up. Let's go. Let's grab a couple of calls here. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I would like to hear primarily from women. I bet a lot of women out there don't want to see guys in sandals.
Oh, what?
Sandals for women. I'm telling you right now.
luck.
Roxanne, you agree with me. You
I
do
do.
not want to see a guy in a sandal, right?
No, I don't. I'm anti-sandal. I am.
Anti-sandite?
Can you elaborate a little bit?
I don't play. No shoes. No.
Service? Ew.
Look, every line is jamming here.
Doug
But
leaves his shoes on the whole time?
the
Is that what
first
you're saying?
the first call's a guy though, unless there's a woman named Brian. I don't.
He called in before you said you wanted to talk to women.
Oh, okay.
He's been on hold for a couple minutes.
Brian's in Newport Richie. Hello, Brian. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ, I hate sandals. I hate flip-flops. And especially hate Crocs.
Yeah. See, I'm on the same boat as you, man. And I've never owned a pair of Crocs. I've never even put my feet in Crocs. I don't even want to put my foot in a Croc, even to like demo it.
Brian, you sound like the footwear Grinch. I hate sandals. I hate Crocs.
Let me guess, you hate the beach too.
A real man will go barefoot if he has to.
Yeah. Before they
Yeah,
put sandals
yeah.
I'll
on.
go barefoot.
There you go. There you
but-
go.
I'm in agreement with Brian. So's Roxanne. Look at this.
A real man. will
All
go
right, thank you,
barefoot. What are
Brian. Appreciate it.
cavemen? What are we, a bunch of
You're
Seminole,
welcome.
Have a great
Indians
day.
walking the mounds? Real men go barefoot? What the hell is
Yeah,
this?
what year is this, dude?
Judy's in Seminole. Hello, Judy. You're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Judy.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Judy. What's the story?
I absolutely cannot stand men in sandals.
Why?
I don't know, because I just think it's ugly, and I just think it's effeminate. And when I was little, even in the 70s, when those men wear leather sandals with the rings on them, it even made me think, what's wrong with them?
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me sick. That's a big no-no if I was going to be attracted to some guy, seeing him in sandals.
Thank you, Judy.
This
Look,
is outrageous.
Every line is jammed. Let me grab Christy in Tampa. Christy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What do you think of men in sandals?
What's up? It's your favorite fan from way back when.
Hey, Christy, favorite fan from way back then. What do you think of men in sandals?
I am not a feet person whatsoever. So being born and raised in Tampa, yes, guys wear sandals, but I do not like seeing them because most of them are not groomed well. And my dad's from the Northeast. I don't think he owns a pair of sandals. And it is abnormal. And if I see guys in sandals, it makes me cringe. And I'm from Tampa. I'm born and raised right here in South Tampa.
This is so weird.
The things that I really hate about him is any kind of sandal strap around a man's anywhere near the ankle area or the arch of the foot. What's going on with that?
No,
How about Julius Caesar and his sandals?
Too brute.
deal breaker.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate the call, Christy.
And good to see you guys. Talk to you guys.
You bet.
MJ, you're so weird. You don't wear sandals, but you'll walk around with no shirt on. You think anybody wants to see
No,
that?
in my house, I like
you
taking
think
my
Michelle
shirt off
wants
in
to
my
see that?
house. Let me grab Courtney and Tam. Oh, hey, Andrew, I'm not going to take calls. I'm just a few more here, and then I'm moving on. I have too much to do. And this wasn't even on the list. This is a pop-up store right here. All right, Courtney on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Courtney.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. So what do you think of men in sandals?
I am just not a fan at all. My husband is the same as you guys, just not a fan, we've been together for 17 years and has never worn sandals, ever.
There you go.
Obviously, you guys are insecure about your club foot or something.
He has good feet, too. He has good feet. I mean, I can't see men's feet. I can't.
What do you got, toe fungus, MJ?
No, I don't have any.
You got something going
I
on
have
over
nothing going on. I'll put my feet in your face right now. I'll tell you what.
MJ might have like that ashy nail.
I'll take my New Balances off right now. I'll stick my feet in your face.
You ever had your ankle broken on a radio show?
So funny.
Trick or treat, smell my feet. Oh. What am I entertaining you over there, Roxanne?
In the car today. It was great.
I'm sorry, what?
My daughter was even laughing at you guys in the car today. You guys are so great. I just love you guys.
That's the
So
plan.
fun.
Thank you. Say hi to your daughter. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Andrew, last one. Just tell all the calls.
This is set up. You didn't get
It's all
one
set- it's
call.
all set
I'm going to
up.
stick my foot in your mouth in 2 seconds.
Oh, God, now I'm into it.
You're trying to turn the guy on? Or we have to work here.
Last call. Rosie is in Plant City, and Rosie apparently likes men in sandals.
There you go.
Good.
Hello, Rosie.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Rosie, we're great. All right, so you like men in sandals?
Yes, I do.
Why, Rosie?
Why? Elaborate.
Oh, because they like to wear it sometimes. Some men wear it sometimes. They wear it, or some men don't wear it at all.
Are you okay, Rosie?
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right, Rosie.
You're doing good. Yeah, that's a
Hi.
good point.
Hi, Rosie. Hi, well,
Hi.
Hi.
Rosie, so you like men in sandals.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Rosie, thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Rosie.
Thank you.
Hi, Roxanne.
Hi, Rosie. How are you?
Good. I miss you.
I haven't heard your voice in a long time.
Oh,
Good to
so-
hear
you
from
know
you.
Rosie.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's a big Q105 fan.
Froggy.
That's Froggy. Froggy's the one giving you a hard time obnoxiously.
Hey, Rosie, I'm a big fan
Oh,
of you.
my goodness.
Rosie, are you currently seeing a man in sandals?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. There's sticky feet sometimes.
Oh.
Rosie, thanks for the call. I
Happens to
appreciate
the
it.
best of them, Rosie.
So there we go. A little pop-up store for sandals. I had no plan on taking phone calls, but we did. Again, I stand by my statement that men should never wear sandals. Hate them, hate them, hate them.
What a...
Hey, what kind of juvenile idiots would shoot a BB gun at a Hillsborough County Sheriff's vehicle? Did you see this?
I know one that'll shoot a BB gun at a store window.
Yeah, I mean, I know a thing or two about shooting BB guns in my youth.
What'd you guys blew out windows at a cash and carry? Where was it? No, seriously, Fester, when you were what, in high school?
Yeah, we were in high school.
You were going to Dixie Hollins, right?
Right. And
back then, now it's they took the Dixie off now, right?
Smacked the dicks right off of it. Took
The Dixie.
Dixie right
Yeah,
out.
right.
Right out. Yanked it right off.
Yep.
So, yeah.
They had a
Dixectomy.
Dictomy.
appendectomy. Is that it? Dixie to me. All right, so
They de-Dixtied it.
now listen. Fester has told the story. You guys shot at windows with a BB gun. How old were you?
16, 17.
I mean,
16,
come on, really?
16, yeah.
At 16 and 17, you're shooting out windows at a cash and carry?
Yeah. Well, we shot windows everywhere.
What is wrong with you?
We were awful.
What kind of juvenile delinquents did you hang out with in Pinellas County growing up?
He was the juvenile delinquent. They were hanging out with him.
Yeah, I was the leader of the pack. I was the leader. I was the most juvenile delinquent of the bunch. I had my buddy, old Mike Shoro. He's a delinquent.
Yeah, who's the one that went to jail?
Frank
went to jail.
Frank Cortez went to jail.
For what?
Jesus, why are you laying out last names?
Why did Frank go to jail?
I'll send him the clip later.
What happened to Frank Cortez?
You know, he got involved in some things.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
No, but listen, we would shoot BB guns all over town.
What's the matter with
We
you?
would ding doors.
What? Why would you destroy
Jeez.
property? You're a menace to society.
We did awful things.
These days, you get arrested.
The things we did then, we would be in jail.
Guess what? I have a Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office press release that came to my email late last night.
Yeah.
Juveniles arrested after shooting BB gun at deputy. What the hell are they thinking? 2 juveniles have been arrested, according to the HCSO, on Sunday, November 5th, yesterday. An HCSO deputy was responding to a call for service involving kids shooting BB guns near the intersection of Midway Street and Nundy Avenue in Gibsonton. During the response, the deputy's left rear window was shattered by a BB pellet gun.
Well, I know that sound.
The deputy had a recruit in the car with him. Both he and the recruit did not sustain any injuries. Chad Chronister, the esteemed sheriff of Hillsborough County, said, "I'm appalled at the behavior of these 2 individuals." 10-4. They could have seriously injured someone and will now face the consequences for their actions. Alvaro Gallegos, 12, and Rolando Zuniga, 12. You kids are really starting off life on the right foot. They've been charged with 2 counts of throwing a deadly missile within or into a vehicle. Our deputies say goodbye to their loved ones each and every day, not knowing what a shift may hold. We're lucky in this case that there were no injuries, but this could have ended differently had our deputy lost control of their vehicle or hit another driver after this occurred. So if anyone was driving in that area of near Midway Street and Nundy in Gibsonton yesterday, if you sustained any damage to your vehicle, if you were hit by a pellet, a BB gun pellet, call the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and tell them that you think you've been victimized. So these kids can pay for any damage.
Yeah,
12 years old. That's a great way to start your life, you idiots.
and if you were hit by a BB in 1990, give me a call. I owe you a couple of bucks.
In the cash and carry parking lot on 66th.
No,
Where was it?
So, back when St. Pete Beach had their own police department,
Yeah.
there was a cash and carry, and then right behind the cash and carry was the police station, which was our getaway route.
Jeez.
And
What?
they got the tag.
What is wrong with you?
Mike had his mom's Chevy Corsica.
Oh, that
And
was
they
a
got the
smoking vehicle.
How do
So-
you not cover your tag?
So listen, we figured
Well,
all this
don't
out.
give him
I
ideas.
mean, we figured it out
Wet paper
afterwards.
towel.
So they come to our school. They start pulling us out of class one at a time. And Mike, he's like Fort Knox. He doesn't give the coppers anything.
You snitch.
What is wrong
Right.
with you?
I'm telling you, right?
Have some respect for law enforcement.
Frank gets
Well,
pulled in.
hey, guess what? At least you idiots didn't shoot BBs at police cars.
Frank no speak English suddenly,
Really?
right? Yeah, he goes like, I no speak English. I don't know.
But he did.
Yeah, of course he spoke English. Yeah.
And you sang like Sinatra.
And they get me in there, and I sang like a bird. I told them everything.
You folded like a cheap, like a bingo hall chair.
I told them crap. So the detective's name was Detective Stapleton in the old St. Pete Beach. He's the one that gave the interrogation.
remember this?
And my resource officer from the school is kind of looking at me like, shut up. I'm like, I gave him everything. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I rolled over.
Dude, so you look all tough, you act all tough, but you're a little pansy boy.
Little
I mean,
Henry Hill over here.
I said it with a stern voice. I
Right.
mean, I didn't say it like,
Right.
oh.
7:42 at the MJ Morning Show. Who sent me the Tyson Dino Nugget recall story? I think it was you, Fester, right?
Anytime I see anything involving Dino Nuggets, I think of one person.
My son Julian.
That's it.
Oh, my son loves those. I mean, Julian's 19 now, but man, he loves those Tyson Dino Nuggets. Remember, my high school buddy Doug works for Tyson Foods and sent them a 25-pound bag of nuggets.
The kind of bag they send to restaurants. I mean, the big,
No,
heavy
no,
duty-
seriously. It was in a big cardboard box with like freezer material, like styrofoam, and then with like dry ice. And it was like in a box in a clear bag. It was like they took the bag and went to the end of the cryogenic conveyor belt at Tyson and just allowed 25 pounds of nuggets to fall into the bag, and they just shipped. They overnighted it to my son when he was up at boarding school.
They just shipped.
Yeah.
shipped.
Right? They just shipped. You
Yeah.
got to say that whole word,
I
MJ.
did say that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You stopped at the
I said-
SHI and then a hard T part.
No,
You
I
did.
said shipped.
You the third and
Anyway,
fourth time you did.
The reason why shipped. I
Right.
said it.
Again, you
All
said
right.
it correctly.
All right. So Tyson is recalling nearly 30,000 pounds of the dinosaur-shaped nuggets because there's some, some people are missing iron in their diet. So what's the problem here? Because there might be metal pieces in the nuggets.
Does it seem lately there's more stories about food
Yeah.
with shards of metal in them?
Metal, glass, whatever.
A lot of metal.
Yeah, so the Department of Agriculture's Food Safety Inspection Service announced this over the weekend. The recall is specifically for the 29-ounce plastic bags of the product officially called Fully Cooked Fun Nuggets, breaded-shaped chicken patties. Approximately 29,819 pounds of the Fun Nuggets are impacted, where apparently some people were finding metal shavings. Now, as far as Florida, it doesn't look like Florida got these things. Alabama, California, Illinois, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, and Wisconsin. Only one minor oral injury. And when I saw the story, I'm like, hey, this is one of my son's favorite foods. Loves, Tyson Dino Nuggets. Fun Nuggets.
He's going to have to grow out of that when he starts really dating.
Yes, Roxanne.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the article I sent you last week, and now I can't find it.
What is
but
that?
Also, under the Tyson headline, aren't they teaming with a company that makes crickets for consumption? Did you see that?
Never saw that.
I sent it to you last week, and that infuriates me.
Because you're anti-eating crickets?
You know
Yes.
what infuriates me?
What?
And this happened again over the weekend. You know what I hate? I hate when you go to a gas station and people just park their car at the pump. They fill up their car and they just park at the pump. and they go into the convenience store. They're in there for 15 minutes. They're blocking and jamming and gumming up the whole works.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah, welcome to America.
Why do
Even
people,
if I don't need gas, I'll park at the pump.
Why do people think that they can just turn the pump space into a parking spot?
I do not stand at my vehicle while I'm pumping if I need to go inside.
You're supposed to do that because what happens if the shutoff doesn't shut off and you got gas going all over the place?
The last place I want to be is next to my car where there's gas
No,
everywhere.
you stop it. If the cutoff doesn't stop
You can't walk away. What are you doing?
I walk away from my car. I set the little lock and I walk
You're
inside.
never supposed to do
I do
that.
that every time.
You never do that.
Every time.
Well, I was at Walmart yesterday filling up the vehicle. So Walmart at the 275 and Dale Mabry location, they've got the gas station right out front there, right across from Home Depot, right across from where the Target is at Walters Crossing. And I do get gas at that Walmart. Now, I try to avoid going into that Walmart at all costs because that Walmart is like a bombed out zone. I don't know what it is. That Walmart has got to be the worst Walmart in America.
What did they call it?
It's a complex store.
Okay.
So, and listen, this all stemmed from the fact that they've got no sanitizing wipes at that Walmart, which is very fitting because it's a filthy, dirty, disgusting store. And what do you?
So
I'm not a fan of the folks. Walmart at Gandy in South Tampa, near Walmart, near Gandy and Lois area. That Walmart's fine, but the Walmart at 275 and Dale Mabry. That thing is a disaster.
I went to the Walmart near my house over the weekend, and there was the wipes there. And I even said to myself as I took one of them, this is not a complex store.
Guess what? So for 2 times, I happened to be getting gas, and I needed something. Michelle needed something, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, I'm right here. Let me go in. Against my better judgment, because I really don't like to go into that Walmart. I'll buy their gas outside, but I don't want to go into that Walmart because it's like it's like,
What a weenie.
It's an awful, terrible Walmart. And they don't have sanitizing wipes. We're talking months they don't have sanitizing wipes. So 30, 45 days ago, I went up to the customer service counter and said, hey, there are no sanitizing wipes. And it's like, sorry, sir. And you try to get the manager. I don't think there's any manager there. I think that's why the place is such a disaster. So I went up to the customer service counter to ask for wipes. And they said, no, we don't have any wipes. So I figured 30 days later, maybe they might have wipes. So 30 to 45 days later, I went back in and they still didn't have wipes. There were still no wipes. Guess what? My preferred Walmart is on Gandy in South Tampa. Walked in there a couple of days ago. Guess what they had the minute you walked in the front door where the shopping carts are?
Sanitizing wipes.
They had a nice display with nice, bright white. Well, because Fester's talking about his Walmart up in the Lutz area, right?
They had them. A non-complex store.
Your Walmart has wipes, too.
I wiped down the whole cart.
All right, let me tell you, I don't know who's managing that Walmart at 275 in Dale Mabry, but that's like a third world operation over there. I'm telling you right now. I might as well just go to some, store in Afghanistan. So, still. But
I'm not sure you'll get beheaded at the Walmart.
But listen, I walked in there and they still have no sanitizing wipes. Remember I told the story, was it last week?
Yes.
Where remember the employee told me to shut up.
Well, hold on. You deserved that. You deserved it.
What do you mean I deserved it?
That's right.
No. You knocked on the cash office door.
After the greeter told me. So I walk into that Walmart like 10 days ago, and I'm like, oh, geez, they still don't have wipes here. What is going on? So the greeter was there. Actually, at that store, there's no greeter. It's the receipt checker because I guess they must have among the highest shoplift rates at that store in the entire world. So I said to the receipt checker, they had like 3 receipt checkers at this store. What does that tell you? It's like 3 receipt checkers to make sure they're not getting ripped off with, people carrying out LG 55-inch TVs under their pants. So I said to the receipt checker, I said, hey, there are no wipes. I said, is there someone I can talk to? And they sent me to the door, which is right inside to the left. They point to the door. How did I know that? So how did I know that was the cash room or whatever? So I knock on the door because that's where the employee told me to knock to ask why there are no wipes, because that's where the manager would be. The door opens up. I don't think there was a manager, because I don't think that store even has a manager. And the person says to me, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just a customer. I was told, you can't knock on this door." They're yelling at me. I'm like, "Wait a minute. When you're yelling at me, I can't knock on this door. What do you want?" And
Okay, so-
I was told by an employee to knock on this door to ask for sanitizing wipes.
Yeah, but later in that same visit, you see her walking down an aisle, and you said, "I'm going to go knock on that door again." And that's when she said,
"Shut up."
Shut up.
She told me to shut
So you deserve it.
told me to shut up.
Listen, if I'm on my break, you're a customer, you need to shut up.
Oh, man. But that Walmart, they ought to just bulldoze that place and put they ought to put a memorial park there for the Walton family. That's what they ought to do for Sam Walton.
Big Sam Walton Memorial
Yeah,
right
exactly.
off the interstate?
Right there.
Right
that's
there.
That's what they should do.
Let's rethink
All right,
that.
so where the hell was I?
I don't know.
What was that?
Gas pumps?
Oh, the
Gas pumps.
the gas pump deal.
Thank you, Roxanne.
So, I mean, it happened again. That is a busy Walmart gas station at 275 in Dale Mabry. And people will fill up their car and just leave their car there and go inside. And it's not just people paying cash. People will use a credit card and then, I'm going to go inside and get a Coke or something. They will park their car. And meanwhile, there's 10 spaces in front of the store with nobody in them.
That's in every place.
But listen, gas station etiquette, just common decency. When you fill up your car and you've got business inside, after you fill it up, walk inside after parking your car in a different spot. So I counted like 5 or 6 cars that were totally empty, nobody filling them up. They're clogging up the whole works. People are trying to fill up. You have all these folks circling the parking lot. It's a big log jam because of all these unattended cars where they just turned the parking or turned the pump space into a parking space. And that just drives me nuts.
I see that all the time when you're traveling on I-75 and you get off at a gas station just to fill up. And it's like so many people pump their gas and then run inside. And they're all travelers on I-75. So they're like taking a bathroom break, fueling up on all their snacks. And you're right. Clogs it up.
That happens everywhere.
But
MJ, you're such a Karen, dude.
No kidding.
It shouldn't happen. Roxanne, you agree with me.
I do agree with you on that. Yeah. I mean, because
Team MJ. Roxanne is Team MJ.
2 for 2 today with the Sandals.
Yeah.
Ick.
Yeah, look at the two of you.
And then Froggy and Fester, you think it's acceptable to tie up a gas pump by parking your car there for 10, 15 minutes while you go inside?
I do it.
I mean, if you looked up going inside a convenience store while you're gassing up your car in a dictionary, you would see Froggy's picture right there. Yeah, he is the king of it.
Yeah, I used to fake being handicapped. Just to.
What?
Remember you guys called me.
What is wrong?
Froggy carries a handicap.
I don't know
pass,
what
or
the heck.
carried at least.
I don't know what the
used
heck
to.
I'm working with here.
Listen, everybody does that. It's just MJ getting butt hurt over people going in and getting a drink.
I know. You're such a Karen these days. What is your
Seriously.
deal?
The whole lot was jammed up. There were 5 or 6 cars that were looking for a spot.
So
and
what?
The cars were unattended while people were inside, and that shouldn't happen. When you finish pumping your gas, pull into a parking spot and free up the pump. I am 100% right on this.
Why don't you run for city council on that platform?
The only way that wouldn't be the case is if it's just a completely empty gas station. Like if there are, 10 pumps available.
I don't care if there's no pumps available. I'm going inside to get my Wawa sub.
7:53 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm moving along. We're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ, folks. Never know what's going to happen around here. That Tiffany Gomez, remember the meltdown lady?
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Remember her? Remember this woman here?
She's the best.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give 2 but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Bye. Bye, Felicia. So then that was on the airplane where she's like, that bleep back there is not real. She's offering up an explanation of what happened. But you know what? It's like a half-assed explanation. It's not even a great explanation. So that was the on the airplane meltdown. And then remember, when she was getting off the airplane, she was like spouting and spewing again with the police officers at the airport that were trying to escort her off the airplane and out of the airport.
Can I ask again what you saw?
Yeah. You know,
Oh, wait a second. That's the podcast.
That's the podcast.
Hang on. Yeah.
Was that Pardon My Take podcast or something?
Yeah. I'm going to get to that in a second. So, hey, Andrew, did you put the other clips on there from out in the terminal where she's continuing? Where's that one? Where's that one? Oh, I got it right here.
Listen, I mean, I got to ask you, how does it feel to be traveling again?
Great.
You know, in the airport again after what you went through?
A little bit of anxiety, but it's been good. Yeah.
Are you doing anything differently?
Yeah, you know what? There's even more.
So when she got off the plane, there were police there, and there were body cam footage.
And she was telling them that the plane's going to crash. Yeah, where's that audio, Andrew? Where's that old audio? Yeah, we played that as well. So that's what I was looking for. Anyway, she went on the meltdown on the aircraft. She went on the meltdown in the terminal building, you know, outside of the gate, and the cops are trying to get her the hell out of there. And she's still talking about the plane's going to crash. I mean, just nuts. So she goes on this podcast. Hey, remember we made a sweeper? Remember I made an MJ Morning Show ID out of her.
They can either believe it or they cannot believe it. But I am telling you right now.
MJ.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
Fester.
Not real.
Froggy.
Not real.
And Roxanne.
Not real.
This is the MJ Morning Show.
I don't give two
on Q105.
Not real.
Why is the number always 2?
What do you mean?
I don't give two bleeps. Oh.
Hey, Andrew, see if you can find the additional cuts of her in the terminal with the police officers, because she said again that the plane was going to crash. So Fester, you're right. She was on a podcast called Pardon My Take or something, and she gave like a non-answer explanation of what happened. So in the video, I love this, the video that was uploaded of her melting down on the airplane, that was uploaded by a user called Knuckles Lawn Care back on July 2nd. And it's racked up like 20 million views at this point. She storms off the plane and she's not real, all those accusations. So she's on this podcast and really doesn't offer like any real explanation on what the heck happened.
What a gaslighter.
Yeah.
Email was like the first to like take it and run with it. And they're like, she saw a not real person. And I'm like, they are making me look bad.
Who did she say ran with it? Hang on.
So Daily Mail was like the first
Daily
to like
Mail.
take it and run with it. And they're like, she saw a not real person. And I'm like, they are making me look bad. I mean, and given I did, like I did.
So I don't want to play all our audio bites because it's too slow. Let me just cut to the chase here. So she's on a podcast, and some of the headlines where Tiffany Gomez explains what happened before the not real meltdown, but she doesn't really explain what caused her to melt down, other than she had an altercation. She said the altercation arose after she gave up her aisle seat for another passenger. She took the middle seat instead. She repeatedly told the hosts on the podcast that she wouldn't get into all the details. Then I don't want you on my podcast.
What the hell is she waiting for? Her 15 minutes are about
done.
up.
Tell us what happened. When you listen to her, she must have been on some type of substance. I don't believe, part of it is I don't think she wants to tell the truth of what really happened.
She probably took shrooms before her flight.
Exactly.
Or something.
Yeah. You don't act like that and say, oh, it was just over an altercation over a middle seat. Now, in the police report, remember it said that she had a fight with a relative on the plane over an Apple AirPod. So who knows what the story is? So here she's like coming out and now finally explaining what happened, and it's a non-explanation. So it sucks.
She's still hot.
Remember she said, don't let that flight leave. I'm being dead serious. Don't let that flight leave. That flight is not going to make it to Orlando. It's not going to. So hang on. Where are the cops, Andrew? Which one? The very bottom? All right, this.
100% that flight also is not making
Yeah, so this is outside of the plane. This is after she had the meltdown in the aisle.
Oh yeah, until y'all see that fight
blow up.
Okay.
She said, until you see that flight bleep and blow up. So she goes on this podcast and really doesn't shed any more light on the situation. So I would have thrown her off the podcast because she wasted their time. And
it's a non-story. She keeps coming back and saying nothing.
Nothing. That's the point.
And she's a PR person, right? Isn't she a PR person?
I think she is, yeah.
Yeah, she should know at some point she needs to deliver, needs to live up to the drama of the tease.
She was drugged up on something, or I think Froggy might have something with it. She was shroomed up or something.
I absolutely think he does, because I don't know if I've told you about this, MJ, but someone mentioned it to me and I've been Googling it. It's true. Thousands of moms are microdosing with mushrooms to ease the stress of parenting.
Great.
So I don't know if I don't think she's a mom.
No, she's not.
But, I think it's more prevalent than people might realize.
I think you might be right. I think plenty of people doing shrooms, and you don't even know they're doing shrooms. Hey, speaking of airplanes,
Who the hell's doing shrooms? I don't think I know anybody doing shrooms.
I've heard of plenty of people doing shrooms.
Where the hell are you getting all these shrooms from?
A lot of people are microdosing on shrooms to get off of booze and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the problem is
why do you speak with such authority on this?
Because I was listening to an interview. You remember the blue collar comedians? You know who Ron White is?
Yeah, Ron White the comic, yeah.
And he was like, I was a drunk for 40 years.
He'd bring a big cup of whiskey on stage with him.
And so he weaned off of alcohol by taking magic mushrooms?
Well, microdosing, yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is, I guess if you take too many, then it leads to
psychosis
crazy behavior.
Yeah,
yes.
you become psychotic.
So there's a thin line. You can't cross it.
Some people don't handle that stuff well.
And listen, everyone's going to react a little differently. Hey, got an idea. How about you don't take magic mushrooms?
How about you do what you do?
No, how about you don't? All right, so speaking of airplanes, I'm moving on, but there's a story that's scary as hell. This dude on JetBlue flying from John F. Kennedy down here to Florida, his backpack ignited into flames on the aircraft. This was luckily before takeoff. This guy is in his seat. His backpack is under the seat in front of him on the floor when suddenly... Listen to this. JetBlue passengers carry-on burst into flames as the plane was about to take off. Called it one of the scariest moments of his life. Jimmy Levy was in his seat. This was on a JetBlue Airbus at JFK. It happened last week, and suddenly he feels at his feet like what feels like intense heat. He looks down at his freaking backpack is ablaze on the JetBlue floor right in front of his feet.
Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Oh, it is. He said, listen, Fester, you can bring up the video if you want to see it. He says, I was jolted awake by a sudden and terrifying wave of heat, which was seemingly shooting toward my face. Levy, 25, told some news outlet called Caters. I never heard of it. He says, I immediately opened my eyes and noticed my backpack, which was initially tucked underneath my seat, now in a floating ball of fire.
What the hell happened?
Yeah, before the flight attendants could, I'm going to tell you in a minute what happened. That's a very good question. I'm going to tell you.
Sir. Thank you.
And the flight attendants are getting all that Nestle Pure Life water, the water bottles, and they're pouring it onto the aircraft floor trying to douse this thing.
Now, JetBlue doesn't charge you for water, right?
No.
Okay, good, because they'd be racking up a bill on this guy.
Before the flight attendants could assist, this dude is a musical artist.
I think he's been on American Idol.
I'm about to get to that. So Jimmy Levy was on American Idol season 18. He said he desperately tried to stomp on his bag in an attempt to put out the fire. He said, I thought that someone tried to attack me because I'm a known political figure and musician.
What?
Yeah, you're getting attacked in your seat on a JetBlue flight. I mean, what? This guy's like a musician.
Let's get the guy that was on American Idol 7 years ago now.
Well, I typed his name into Google. I typed in American Idol Jimmy Levy.
Right.
And the first thing that comes up is a YouTube video that says conspiracy theorist Jimmy Levy on American Idol 2020.
Oh, are you serious? He's a conspiracy theorist?
Here he is on American Idol.
All right, bring up the audio.
It's by Chris Isaac.
Okay, cool.
Very good.
So this is him.
of all songs.
World was on fire and no one would save me.
Your backpack's on fire!
It's strange what desire will make foolish people do.
All right, Jimmy.
Stop
What
right
are you
there.
doing here?
So I don't know
Oh, he's holding his like temple.
safety net or whatever,
Yeah.
but I always do this. It like helps me hear clearer and like the notes.
Sure. Okay. I think you're really nervous,
Yeah.
like you've seen a ghost. Let's hear something a cappella.
Nobody love.
Oh man, I don't think his audition went very well, did it?
Oh.
Did he make it to Hollywood?
That's Katy Perry, and then Lionel Richie, and then
Some redneck guy.
Feels like everyone is giving up. All we really need is to pay attention.
oh, get him out of here. He's terrible.
Bring the conversation back to us. I should be more.
Anyway,
All right, let's see if he goes to Hollywood.
so that's. I don't think he goes to Hollywood. Did he?
I don't know.
They don't sound like they liked it, Fester.
Did they send him to Hollywood? Come on, they can't send him to Hollywood. Go back.
I'm moving forward.
No,
I think
It's a
it sounds
3-minute
great.
clip. They're still
You're gonna
talking
be
to
a
him.
lot of work, but you have an interesting voice.
No.
you've got an interesting backpack.
Thank you.
Katie said yes.
Luke?
Katy Perry said yes.
Go with my gut on this.
Come on, Luke.
Who's that?
Yes.
Oh no, they sent him to Hollywood.
Yes.
Wow.
Who is this guy?
I thought you were on the fence.
They sent him to Hollywood.
Yes.
Oh, and Lionel
Lionel?
Richie said yes.
What?
All right, I'm disappointed. That show blows
There's
now.
a reason why I don't watch American
Yeah,
Idol anymore.
there you
is
go.
This. Where's Simon?
All right, well, here's the deal.
Simon would have cut this guy's head off and
So, Froggy, you said essentially the question that everyone wants to know: what the hell was in his backpack that caught on fire?
It has to be some sort of bomb, right?
how does
No, it was-
TSA not catch that?
It was not a bomb. He didn't have a bomb in his backpack. He had a battery bank. He had one of those lithium-ion battery chargers that overheated and caught on fire. And this is a perfect example of why you don't put those things in your luggage underneath the plane. When you travel with a lithium-ion battery pack or a laptop computer, anything with a lithium-ion battery, you got to carry it on board. What if this thing burst into flames in luggage in the cargo hold? That could have brought the damn plane down. Now, you have fire suppression systems in the cargo hold, but is that going to work every single time and put out a potential really nasty blaze? So this dude, obviously his backpack is a wreck, but the thing was like a ball of fire. And then the flight was like delayed. They had to go back to the gate. And then everyone had to deplane. The plane was hours delayed.
Yeah, but he did put on like a little concert for all the people.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, the other passengers, what do you do in a case like this? Listen, it's not his fault that the battery bank, the battery backup for, cell and computer, it's not his fault that it blew up and caught on fire.
I'm not mad at this one. I'm not mad at this
If you're a passenger, now you're hours late getting down to Miami.
where the plane could have just erupted in flames and you died. I mean, it's one thing if somebody causes a commotion on the plane and they have to land and it causes hours delay. That person I'm going to hate forever. But this one is just kind of counting your lucky stars.
Anyway, again, that's another reason and example why you carry the battery banks and battery packs on the plane with you. Don't check this stuff in your luggage just in case that crap catches on fire. What time is it? 8:08?
Mm-hmm.
I have the creeper. I teased a lot of stuff earlier today, and so I want to start paying off everything I teased here. This is only going to take a couple of moments here. This is not going to be a long thing. What do you do about this guy? There's a guy that sits in front of an elementary school on public property and just takes pictures of kids. And they call him the creeper. Hey, Roxanne, what if this happened with your kids? I mean, hey, Fester, you and Froggy, you guys all have young kids.
I'd probably go beat him up.
Then you're beating up a guy who's taking pictures legally?
This is, look, Fester's going to come to the pervert creeper's defense now.
I mean, this is kind of what America's founded on.
What, sitting in front of an elementary school taking pictures of kids?
This was in George Washington's inaugural address.
Please stop it.
I think it's also about protecting your children and asking creeps what they're up to and making them be accountable.
Listen how creepy this is. This is Norwalk, California, and it's a very unsettling problem. This is according to KTLA, big news station out in Los Angeles. It's outside of New River Elementary School, and parents are concerned. And some have even taken the matter into their own hands, confronting the individual they call the creeper. The creeper. The creeper. I mean, how sick is this? And the cops are like, we don't think we can do anything.
Well, because it's like I follow a bunch of YouTube channels where guys just go around and they audit places by, like, they go into a place that they legally know that they can film, but people think you can't film, like a where you get your taxes done. Like, what's that place?
Tax collector's office?
Yes, tax collector's office.
Hold on, where you get your taxes done? No, that's like H&R Block.
But you know what I mean? They'll go in there with a camera.
A public building.
The parent or the woman will be like, "You can't film here," and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, well let me tell you about statute." Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then they cause a big ruckus. That's what these guys do.
This guy's taking pictures and rolling video of kids outside of this elementary school. KTLA has blurred the guy's face because law enforcement officials say, quote, they can't prove he's done anything wrong. Parents say that's part of the problem. That's terrible.
What if he's taking those kids' faces and doing some freaky stuff in the edit room with video, or like, you don't know, like why? What's the reason?
You have the news report. Bring up the news report and play. Go back and then unmute it.
All right.
Go back and then unmute it. You got it?
No, where's it?
Right there.
Nothing has been done about it. So now they're going public with their concerns.
Honestly, as a mom, I'm shocked it's gone on this long.
Parents in Norwalk say the man sitting in this vehicle is here every day after school, taking photos of children hanging out at New River Park.
Yeah. They've asked him, why are you here? Why are you filming the children? And he doesn't really give a specific answer. He just says that it's his right.
He sits in his SUV with a blanket, a laptop, and his phone.
Usually when the kids are coming out of school, he'll have his laptop pointed facing them and he just records.
Is he taking pictures of you?
Yeah.
We spoke with a 13-year-old student from New River Elementary.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, this is creepy beyond belief.
Couldn't they get some stalking charges for him?
How?
Like,
I bet you gather up a couple dads and give them a visit at night.
Okay, again, then those dads go to prison for years, and this guy is not doing anything illegal yet.
No, dude, what's up with you?
I'm just telling you, there's two sides
Where
to
are
this.
you sitting filming? Outside the Golden Corral?
Dude, I got some terrible news about the Golden Corral this weekend.
Yeah.
Terrible news.
Yeah, Fester sits in the Golden Corral parking lot taking pictures of 380-pound women in polyester outfits.
So you don't want to throw stones. I get it.
With the thighs going.
Perfectly illegal. Listen, I got where Andrew gave me word over the weekend that the Golden Corral in Temple Terrace was knocked down. I wept openly.
Whatever. It doesn't cover the fact that you're for this guy.
You know,
what's up with you? You got kids.
Any defense lawyer would be saying the same thing. I mean, if you're his lawyer, MJ, what do you say?
Fester sits in the Golden Corral parking lot looking for guys bigger than him.
Dude, I put a secret camera
wearing jogging outfits when they've never seen a jogging moment in their life.
Camera in the Golden Corral chocolate fountain.
Oh, you stop it. Why are you all contrarian all of a sudden? You're like coming to the defense of some pervert sicko sitting out. I mean,
if this guy was watching your kids, you'd be like, it's his right.
Froggy and I and Roxanne, we're all on the same page. You're the odd one out here, dude. And it's happening more and more.
Boy, you guys just don't love your Constitution.
You've got a tumor.
Oh, my God.
You guys just don't love your Constitution.
You've got a tumor. You need an MRI.
You got a tumor.
You've got a tumor.
That's a good comeback.
God bless America. Listen, guys.
So you're for the auditors?
Listen, audit the audit, man.
Audit's the channel.
Couldn't you get him on some harassment charges or something? I mean,
come up with something. All right, I'm moving along. So that's the creeper. And that's just very unnerving. Are you ready for No Pants Mom? I wonder how many No Pants Moms are listening to the program right now.
I've almost come to work with no shoes on at times. I've almost been a no shoe mom. There have been a couple times.
I don't think this is what you think it is.
Okay.
Do you know what a No Pants Mom is?
Obviously not, because I just thought it's when you forgot to put pants on and you go to work.
No.
Is it a particular genre that I should investigate?
These are like the moms that will go to the bathroom, not close the door, do their business, and allow the kids just to walk in and out and have normal conversations and talk, and the kids have asking mom questions while the mom is on the toilet. That is a no pants mom. And I read this story over the weekend regarding a woman named Sarah who talked about this and said, hey, I was raised as a kid with a no pants mom where there was no privacy when it came to the bathroom. And she wanted to know, is this normal? Let me know.
No.
In the clip, Sarah says that she saw a video where 2 teenage boys just walked in while their mom was on the toilet, All
right, that's weird.
It is. But apparently, some families, some moms, and listen, I got to believe it happens with fathers and dads too, but specifically, I'm reading about the moms that are in the bathroom. They don't close the door. They don't lock the door. And it's commonplace for the kids just to walk in and out and have like normal conversations, like mom's just sitting at the kitchen table, but she's on the toilet.
Okay.
We got to go to phones on this. So, Roxanne, that's a no pants mom.
I gotcha. Now it makes sense. I mean, it's something else beyond no pants, but
yeah, I can think of more creative names.
Let's go to phones on this. And I have no idea what we're going to drum up here. I have no clue whatsoever. But I'll tell you what, this is better than Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at 8:15 on a early November morning.
Had a very shiny nose.
All right, let's go to the phones right now. We might get 0 calls on this. Is anybody listening? Have I touched a nerve? Are there people listening right now that are saying, oh my God, my mother was a no pants mom that left the bathroom door open while doing business? If you would like to weigh in on this, if you experienced this as a kid, or maybe you're a no pants mom right now with your kids, where there's no closed door at the bathroom, the kids just wandering in and out like it's commonplace, like nothing's wrong.
my kids always come in when I'm in the bathroom because they know how to unlock the door.
Oh, so you lock it and they grab a little needle and they poke in that little hole?
You know the sliding door that it doesn't.
Oh, you have pocket doors.
Pocket doors.
So
the pocket
with a quarter.
Yeah, just take I think a dime works better. But a little. Let's go to. Oh my God! Look at the phones.
There's no way people do this.
The phones are all ringing. Did I give out the number? All right, 800. I don't even think I gave out the phone number. The phones are already ringing. All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you're a no pants mom, or if you grew up with a mom that was a no pants mom, meaning leaving the bathroom door open while they're doing their stuff, and kids just walked in and out. Hey, mom. Yeah, I got a question for you. Okay. While they're just sitting there. All right. Let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. If you do this, or if your mom or dad did this, I think this might be more prevalent than you would think. Every single line is ringing here. Yes, Rox.
My kids tend to bust in when I'm trying to take a shower. And my older daughter, she's very interested in bodies now, so she'll give me a commentary. And she'll be like, look at
on your body?
Yes. And it's hilarious to listen to her describe it.
What is she?
You should record that.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
She'll be like, oh, Mom, look at you and your jiggly big fat butt.
No,
she doesn't say that.
She didn't say that.
It's awful.
She said that?
I don't think she said fat, but she goes, Mom, look at you and your jiggly butt. Mom, look at your abs. Ooh, you got your abs. And then she's just doing this whole commentary. And I said, what am I? No, that isn't.
I'm just kidding.
She was, and I'm just excuse me. I said, am I in a sorority right now? Am I being hazed? Get out of here and stop looking at my body.
You guys giggle butt.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Kids, she's that age where it's interesting because it doesn't look like her body, obviously.
My kids walk in on me and they're like, whoa, not much to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right, stop it.
Dad.
Phones are jammed. Let me go to phones here.
My son Hudson walked in on me. He's like, Dad, what's up with the two belly buttons?
What?
And I'm like, what do you mean? Oh.
Let me start with Terry in St. Pete. Terry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Terry.
So, my family, we had an open door policy in the bathrooms. It was just sort of it was a place we stopped long enough for them to talk to us. Very active kids. And, it was sort of a, wake-up call when I actually had my first roommate.
What, so you thought it was normal? You grew up thinking it was normal to just walk in on people and do regular conversations and interactions while people were in the bathroom?
Yep. That was just sort of the way it happened.
And then you had a wake-up call when you had roommates, and you were trying to just walk in on them while they were doing their stuff?
Yeah, I mean, they would like be in the shower, and I'd come in to use the bathroom. It's like they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm using the."
Oh,
bathroom.
so they're in the shower, then you get on the toilet?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Thank you, Terry. Sheila in St. Pete. Sheila, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Morning. I am not a no pants mom. It freaked me out when my daughter would slam the door open when she was little to come into the bathroom. I used to tell her, "Get out."
Yeah. All right, Sheila, thanks for the call. Look at this, every line. Sabrina is in Lake Wales. Sabrina, you're on the, hang on a second, I picked up the wrong line. Sabrina's on 3. Sabrina, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Good morning. I was raised in a household as a not a no pants mom household. So everything was behind closed doors. We had our privacy. You get dressed behind closed doors. Now that I have my son, I am a no pants mom.
Wow. So why would you go from being raised in a house where there was no pants mom, meaning that it was all private? So how did you become a no pants mom where the kids could walk in while you're in the bathroom?
Because I feel like I don't want to say I was sheltered, but it's like there was a lot of things that we didn't talk about. And it's like I felt like I would like try to sneak around and do it. And like now I want a different relationship with my son. Like I want him to be able to talk to me, come to me comfortable. So it's like if he has questions, it's like.
How old's your kid? I'm sorry, did you say?
He's only 2.
All right, is there a cutoff age where it becomes awkward, Mom?
Yes.
27?
When I heard about the teenagers, that's my limit. I think maybe like 5, where once he starts understanding a little bit more. But right now, it's like we were in the emergency room, and I changed his diaper, and he goes balls. And the nurses just started laughing.
Wow, thank you. Appreciate the call. Let me grab Kimber in Trinity. Kimber, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, Kimber. So are you a no pants?
I've been listening to you since day one.
What, like 1994?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's
Day one.
fantastic, Kimber. Thank you. So are you a no pants mom?
I am, and it's awkward, but it does seem like when they get to be teenagers, that's kind of ridiculous. But my son is 10, and my parents were sort of no pants parents, too. My dad used to walk around in his tidy whities in the 70s. So hilarious.
Wow. And then you just allow your kids to walk in on you in the bathroom?
Yeah. It's just he and I. His dad passed away 5 years ago, so it's just he and I. And, yeah, he comes in and out. I have to still wipe him sometimes.
Whoa, how old is your kid?
He's 10.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you probably should be able to do that by this point, you know.
Well, he can do it most of the time by himself.
I didn't learn that until I was a teenager, man.
Yeah, I'm still working on it myself, ma'am. I understand.
Thanks, Kimber. I appreciate you listening all these years. Have a great day.
Thanks.
All right, let me grab 2 more here. I'll grab Mike in Wesley Chapel. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, y'all. How you guys doing?
We are well. So, Mike, no pants moms or dads. What do you think?
I think you know what? Mine came from being in the military because we just did our business, and sometimes I'm giving op orders from the John itself out in the middle of the desert. And people are talking to me, and I'm just having a conversation, and it's like, you know, business is as usual. So you come home and you act that way.
All right, so you have how many kids?
4.
Hold on. Do you have to think about how many kids you have?
Well, they stretch from 7 all the way to 32.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow, sir.
These are great therapy, by the way.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
What did he say?
He said, we're great therapy.
Oh, damn right we are. Thank you, Mike. Have a great day. All right, last call, Kinal, Wesley Chapel. She's a regular. She calls in quite a bit. Welcome back to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ. Hey, Roxanne, Fester, and Froggy. So I wasn't raised in a no pants mom situation because I grew up in India, but I've turned into a semi no pants mom because I've got 2 little boys and I can't leave them alone for anything because they're little monkeys and they will get into and climb into everything.
Oh, they'll break the place, right?
Basically, and I've told my husband, I was like, if they break the house, I'm like, you can't patch it up and give it back to me. I need a new house.
Yeah. How old are the kids?
So my oldest is 5.5, and my younger one is 2.5.
How old are you?
I am 39.
All right, and the door's just wide open.
Well, so at 5.5, I've started creating boundaries with my older one.
Good idea.
Because he's at an age where he's much more curious about the body, and if he asks me questions, I will honestly answer it to him. But I've started closing the doors. But if he really needs me, he knows that he can knock on the door and ask me if he can enter.
Gotcha. Kenal, thanks for the call. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, Andrew, no more. This will go on forever. Roxanne, are you getting bashed with texts over there?
Yes, I'm getting bombarded with texts of no pants mom confessions. And my favorite is this guy goes, "My wife is a no pants mom. Weirdo."
My wife is a weirdo. All right, moving along. What time is it? 8:25. Should I do the story now?
As opposed to when? When do you want to do it if you don't do it now?
No, I like, because of content, I like to do it at the right time. I think now's a good time. You've heard of catfishing. What is catfishing, Roxanne? What is catfishing?
It's when you are on social media. I'll do it in the dating world. The dating example is when you put a picture of yourself out there. It's not really you. You might be a guy, but you're pretending to be a girl, or you might be a girl, but you don't look anything like the guy you're posing as. Right?
Or not even exist at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I saw your MTV show Catfish, and they would hunt you down, and it would be like some creep behind a keyboard.
Remember there was it a movie or a famous documentary? Remember that catfishing documentary? Maybe
what was his name again?
It was like 10 years ago.
That's the kid who created the MTV show. He got it from that documentary.
Well,
no, hold on. No, Manti Te'o is the
he was a football.
player.
He was a football player who he thought he was having a relationship with this woman, and it just never existed.
It was a guy.
It was a guy, exactly.
And she died, and then she came back to life.
No, all right. So the whole catfishing thing has been a problem. It's still a problem. Well, Michelle actually dug this. I don't know where my wife found this. Michelle actually found this and sent this to me yesterday. There is something that is, well, they don't call it catfishing. It involves a guy and private parts and another type of animal. And they call it starts with a C.
Mm-hmm.
A chicken fishing?
Well, you're close.
Okay.
Rooster fishing.
Well, yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, but it's the don't say the word, Froggy. I know you're going to blurt it out.
I just said rooster, dude.
Right. So
I'm the one who says the word.
You have used the C word on this air before.
Yes.
You have.
If you go to the University of South Carolina game, they scream this all game long.
Right.
Yeah,
the game
Cox.
Yes.
That's what they are.
All right. All right. But
Well, my favorite network is P. Meredith, what's your name? Roxanne.
Yeah.
Roxanne.
I don't know. Go ask.
All right, so bleep fishing is a not safe for work version of catfishing, and it refers to the act of deceiving others by using fake photos of one's genitalia. Can you believe this is happening? So you're luring people with fake pictures of your junk?
But like stuff you find it online or something.
Trying to maybe represent it as maybe different than what it actually is. I don't want to get too specific here, but listen, we talk about a little bit of everything, and this is, believe it or not, this is a Forbes.com. Forbes, the business site. This is a Forbes.com piece. 3 ways to not fall to online bleep phishing, according to a psychologist. What happens when the digital bait dangling in front of you has been tampered with? And then it talks about, clock fishing, but obviously take the L out. Take the baseline out. Take the L out.
Take the L out.
Yeah, the motivations behind this type of fishing can vary widely, but they often revolve around personal gratification, ego boosting, manipulation, or even financial exploitation. Folks, don't look at me. Michelle found this. My lovely wife Michelle, she somehow came across this story in her feed yesterday and said, "Oh man, you got to take a look at this. I never heard of this." So here are 3 reasons why people bleep fish. Clock fish, but
all right, you're getting pretty close
no,
there.
I said clock with
Yeah, Froggy.
I don't know how to say this in a nice, classy way.
Yeah.
Just spout it out.
Just go for it.
No, I mean keep it clean for broadcast.
Like ripping off a Band-Aid.
I don't understand what person who is doing that behavior is thinking that someone is going to be enticed like that. Like there are no women who want to look at that unless it is attached to someone they're dating or you know what I mean? Like that's not enticing.
They're
That's not
trolling
like,
or they're trying to
wow.
obviously date, or maybe
Yeah.
it's just an online thrill thing and there's no plan to ever meet. So ways to protect yourself. Number one, scrutinize the profile thoroughly. These bleep fishers often exploit the victim's trust and curiosity by meticulously crafting profiles that appear genuine, attractive, reliable. They often concoct elaborate backgrounds to enhance their appeal, but inconsistencies in their stories can be a giveaway. Listen,
They enhance the background. What do they use? Fine wallpaper?
hey, with my Instagram account, I attract direct messages from like women out of nowhere. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're so cute. I've seen your pro." I'm like, "Give me a break. I'm not falling for this crap." And listen, I'm sure some of that is to entice you. I'm sure there are multiple rackets going on at any given time during the course of a month. There may be 2, 3, 4 of these, these fake women with like these profiles and like maybe 6 or 7, pictures in bikinis or whatever. And it's all garbage. It's BS. You can see and spot these things from a mile away. So what's the racket? I think some of it is to entice somebody to send nude pictures and then hold you hostage and claim that if you don't pay a ransom, they're going to post your nude pictures all over online or find your friends. That happens. So you never send anybody a nude picture. So just be really careful. I'm just kind of doing an offshoot here on social media. If some woman out of nowhere is suddenly knocking on your door on social media saying, "Oh, hey, I saw you. Oh, you seem great. Hey, I want to get to know you." Give me a break.
She's like 2 followers, one post.
Garbage. They're following they're following like 5,000 and they've got like 2 or 3 followers themselves. Yeah, verify information and photos, trust your instincts, set boundaries. Listen, no one's coming out of nowhere, that you have no idea who they are. A lot of times, some of the pictures will even be foreign, so you can see like foreign license plates sometimes. Listen, these are guys in some kind of, boiler room operation playing the numbers games, trying to like screw with people. Maybe it's the gimmick where, they want you to send them money or, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do crypto. Or there's all kinds of rackets and scams going on. But, people that send nude pictures to somebody because they think it's a real person that's interested, give me a break. So, again, don't fall victim. There's all kinds of, I guess, fake accounts or guys out there that are sending pictures. Who knows? I'm sure there's a whole litany of different things, but it has a name. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that, but Michelle showed me this yesterday that it's called, bleep fishing, clock. But obviously, you got to... I'd like to unbuy the L. So can you take that back? Have Vanna, just take the L back. That'd be great. But that's a real deal. So be very, very careful. I saw an item, and this is out in California, but this is going to relate locally. Guys, have you seen a major increase in tire marks in intersections and on the road from people doing donuts?
Now that you mention it, I have.
I'm seeing all over the place. Like I saw one recently at like West Shore and Euclid or El Prado down there somewhere. And it's burnouts in the middle of the intersection and just circles. I'm seeing it all over the place. What is going on with this apparent fascination with people doing burnouts on the street? And what I saw here was SUV doing donuts plowed into a crowd out in California and injured 6 people. There are tons of videos online. Froggy, you've seen these things online where
people dodge it.
Some people are like, they're all standing around a car in an intersection. They're doing a burnout, and all the smoke is coming from the tires. Yeah, great way to burn up a $400 or $500 tire. So. And then you have some people that get close to the car, and you've seen the videos of people getting hit by the car as it's spinning and fishtailing, and it'll fling somebody like a rag doll.
It's almost like running of the bulls. They try to see how close they can get,
or
eventually they get hit.
They get hit by the bull.
Yeah, or you'll see people doing burnouts, and people get close, and maybe no one gets hit, but then they lose control of the car and it slams into like a utility pole, just crashing up the whole damn car. So I don't know what it is, but I have. Roxanne, what are you up to?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
What are you? You're showing him your computer.
You guys have been very distracting.
You're being very distracting. You are.
Are we being very distracting?
You guys
No,
are
not
doing.
really.
We're talking about stuff that's relative to what we're talking about.
While you mentioned the fishing story,
Yeah.
Roxanne got several pieces of
What?
several men allegedly sent pictures to our text line.
Oh no! Guys sent
Inappropriate.
hold on a minute. Guys sent inappropriate pictures to you on the text line.
I didn't. Fester, I just wrote Fester. I said I don't want to say it because I don't want any copycocks.
Yeah, she did.
I just dumped it.
my
You
God,
can't
Rox.
say that. I just dumped it. Not copycat.
You don't even mean copycats.
You should have said copycats, not
that's-
I just
it's like
dumped.
a- it's like
in
a-
this instance,
I dumped that. I
Yeah,
can't.
because it's like a
she wrote me
copycat. Yeah.
that's exactly the note she wrote me, and
Yeah.
she's getting. It's not 1 or 2 or 12.
How
It's-
many pictures of guys junk did you just get? And they're
a lot.
sending it from their cell phones.
It's unnecessary, is what it is.
Folks, do not send Roxanne naked pictures of your crotch.
I'm a very
Send it to me.
vengeful person, and I'm gonna look up your numbers.
You're
and I'm
very
gonna-
vengeful.
No, you have their. Oh wait, you're talking about.
like I have I have your
Junk?
phone number.
We know who sends stuff.
Don't send pictures of your junk
Why
to
would they-
Roxanne.
Why would they do that?
I mean,
Well, Roxanne goes over our texts every morning and on our text line.
Can you
I
ban
think
them if
they're-
they do that?
Oh
Yeah,
my
they're
God.
banned.
Anyway, so let me go back to the burnouts. If you drive around town, notice in intersections, even in somewhat residential neighborhoods, there's just this influx of these tire marks in circles, and those are cars doing burnouts. And I would never really see it that often. And now when I drive around, I see it all over the place now. So there's like this propensity for mostly young men, I'm sure, to do these burnouts. I don't know what it is. What's the attraction here? But notice as you drive around town, the number of tire marks in a circle, sometimes in intersections or even in residential neighborhoods. I don't know what's going on. That's some crazy stuff. So what time is it? Oh, I got plenty of time. Plenty of time here on the MJ Morning Show. Fester, I think we all saw this story. Some dude is looking for Halloween stuff at a thrift store and finds a human skull down in Fort Myers.
that's crazy, man.
That's awesome.
How could you? I mean, is it that believable that everybody at the thrift store thought it was fake?
An anthropologist.
Oh, he knows what he's looking for.
Oh, yeah. So an anthropologist walks into a thrift store. You hear this one?
Sounds like a terrible joke.
And he finds a human skull in the Halloween section with the decorations. So he's rummaging through a thrift shop just last weekend on Saturday, so post-Halloween, and the guy found what was believed to be a human skull. This was made in the Halloween section of the North Fort Myers, Florida thrift shop. I don't see a name of this place.
So it wasn't like a Salvation Army or a Goodwill or anything?
It doesn't say. It just says the shocking discovery was made at a thrift shop, according to the Lee County Sheriff's Office, which is, Lee County's Fort Myers. Based upon the observations of detectives on the scene, the skull is believed to be that of a human, real. The case is not suspicious, the Sheriff's Office said, but more testing from the medical examiner's office is expected. The store owner told investigators the skull was in a storage unit that was, oh my God, it's like Silence of the Lambs. It's like, it was like the head in the jar in the old car. Remember when Clarice, she went underneath the door and cut her leg, right? Ripped her. Remember that?
Yeah. I found a moth.
Well, so it was in a storage unit. The thrift store owner bought the contents of a storage garage, and the skull is inside the storage garage. Oh, my
Man,
God.
it's just like Silence of the Lambs.
And then it ends up in the Halloween bin at a thrift store in Fort Myers?
Oh, I'll take that one right there. For my.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? Hey, type in Goodwill human skull. There was a story that we had. I don't know if I know I printed it out. I just don't know if we did it. It was like in August or September, not long ago. There was a skull found at a Goodwill store. Yeah, look at this. Fester found it. An unusual one, human skull found in Goodwill donation box.
Oh, man.
In Arizona.
It looks like they took this and tried to make like art out of it.
Yeah, police investigating the discovery of an ancient human skull with several teeth attached in what appeared to be a missing mandible. And someone dropped this in one of those Goodwill boxes, in the parking lot where you can drop off a comforter or and some clothes.
A little drop and go.
Someone dropped the skull in a Goodwill box. That's crazy. So, no word yet.
On who it is?
Yeah, down in Fort Myers.
You're never going to figure out who it is.
Well, probably not.
How old could that skull be?
But how creepy is that?
You could figure it out, right? I thought you could.
Not if the person's been dead for 100 years.
No, you're not going to be able to figure, probably not won't be able to figure out whose it is.
If it's like somebody's been missing for like 50 years.
Maybe.
I had a listener call me out. I had a listener send me a message on Instagram. Folks, my Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. And a lot of stuff pops up on my Instagram. Like, the video that I shot on Friday of, what's going on with, my contract negotiations to stay here. That video is the fastest watched video on my Instagram ever. And I shot a little video at my kitchen table. And I had the most views in the quickest amount of time on that video ever. And I'm not going to dwell on it, but if you want to see the video, it's up at Certified MJ Radio on my Instagram. That's Certified MJ Radio. And check out, it's the first thing. It's the first post. The video, I'm sitting at my kitchen table in front of a couple of old antique broadcast microphones and a bottle of booze. All right, so the video's pretty fast.
Kind of let you know how the meeting went.
Man, the comments are fantastic. I mean, I really appreciate the support from the audience. So the video just gotten a ton of views. But again, got tons of interaction on my Instagram with the follow. I'm almost at 15,000. I'm at
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. And then,
Stop this.
Yeah, and then all right, don't say what it is.
I'm sorry.
Don't say what it is. Let people go check out. So Fester's laughing at the third image. So
my God,
I've got the video, then there's a bowl of candy, and then there's a third image of chairs.
Yeah, that was funny.
And Fester is laughing out loud at the chairs.
Is that a joke?
All right, if you want to see what no, that is real. If you want to see what Fester's looking at, go to my Instagram. I'm not going to talk about it on the air. This is an Instagram surprise. This is like an online special. All right? Go to Certified MJ Radio. And if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, give me a follow. I'm really just a snap away from 15,000. I'm at 14,900 and change right now. So if you don't follow me, give me a follow. Watch the video. See why Fester's laughing at the chairs. Read the caption. And it's Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. So a listener corrected me. I got a response because my DMs are open. On Instagram, you can send me a direct message. You can message me. I try to answer everyone. I read everything. I try to answer everybody. So a listener contacts me on Instagram over the weekend, and it was like, MJ, you're wrong. You are allowed to recline on an airplane. Well, yes, you are allowed to, but should you? The discussion last week was...
I disagreed with you on this.
I think you did. The discussion last week was in the economy class section of an airline, should you put your seat in full recline mode if you're in coach, if you're in economy? And I say the answer is no. You can, yes. So the listener that hit me up on Instagram was like, MJ, you're wrong. You can recline your seat. I know. The point I was trying to make is you shouldn't. In coach, it's just kind of rude, especially with airlines and the seat pitch, shrinking over the years and less space in between each row, puts your knees like right into the seat back pocket or the tray table these days. And can you recline the seat on most U.S. airlines? Yes, you can. Should you? No, you shouldn't.
Man, whatever. Who says who?
That's where this, I think, misunderstanding stems from with the listener, because they were like, MJ, you're wrong. You can recline. No, I never said that you couldn't. You can. You just shouldn't. As a courtesy to the person behind you, just get through the flight without reclining your seat and jamming them up. And what I always hate are the people that just do the no warning, I mean, full breakneck speed recline where they hit that button, they jam their back and go, yeah, and just, and they'll nail your knees. Or I've had a laptop nearly broken that's on my tray table because somebody flings their seat back, almost like they're trying to impale me with something. It's almost like they're trying to hurt me. I think we've all experienced this.
Yeah.
So to the listener that sent me the direct message on Instagram, I never said that you're not allowed to. That was the phraseology. MJ, you said you're not allowed to recline on an airplane. That's not true. Well, you are allowed. It's just that you shouldn't. It's rude. On a crowded airplane in coach, if you recline, it's rude. You should avoid reclining. And Roxanne, you were opposed to me when I brought this up.
Yeah, I mean, you pay for the seat. You do the button's right there. You do what you want with that seat. Now, I would never do it if I looked behind me and there was somebody that was a very tall person or big person who.
Oh, what are you scoping out the legs of the people behind you?
Yeah,
sir, how tall are you?
I'll take a gander back there. Yeah, I'll look and be like, oh man, I don't want to scrunch him up. Because I know it's hard for big people, tall people, larger people to ride on
Are
airplanes.
you a flinger?
What's
Are you hit the button and just fling that seat back?
No, I would never. Do
you slowly ease into the recline?
Ease into it. Yes, yeah. I'm an easer.
Dude, I don't care if it's the Pope behind me. I'll smash that thing back in 2 seconds.
You have easers and flingers.
Oh, I'm an easer.
Let me tell you what I do right now with the airplane seat. If I'm in coach, and I fly coach plenty. We always buy coach. We always buy a coach seat, and if we get upgraded to like Comfort Plus or first class or business, well, with my airline status on various airlines in various degrees, then so be it. But, the only time that we'll buy like a business class seat is if we're doing like an 8, 9, 10, 11-hour flight, and I don't want to roll the dice on an upgrade, and if the seats are reasonable, and Michelle's great about that. So, last time we flew to Japan, we flew to Canada. So we flew New York, LaGuardia to Toronto on WestJet for like $89. And then we flew Air Canada on a 777 first class for half the price of the U.S. Airlines.
Whoa.
Into Haneda in Tokyo. So, and Michelle's great at that. Michelle had me when I took Julian to the Maldives. Michelle found, because we were on Qatar Airways,
yes,
and they have like the Q suites. And Michelle found that if I flew from Tampa to Chicago on like United, and then I grabbed the flight from Chicago to Doha, Qatar, it was it was an amazing rate. So you got to search around. You do little changes in your itinerary, and you could save a fortune. But the point is, I do not recline. Don't look back and say, oh, their legs look short and stubby. I'm just going to recline.
Just happy to know Roxanne gives such consideration to fat people. Looking back, making sure you're not scrunching
I take a look back and
so
see how much leg room you have. I would not roll back on Fester.
If Fester's behind you, you're not jamming your seat back.
No, I'm not.
You're going to stay upright and like you're a back injury patient on a backboard?
Yes. Whole flight.
Exactly.
All right. 8:48. So to the listener, hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for engaging on social media, but I just wanted to correct that I never said you're not allowed to recline in economy class. It's just you should not. As a courtesy to the person behind you, I don't think it's a nice idea. 8:48 at the MJ Morning Show. This wraps up over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Yeah, when we get back, we have another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. I've got the 9-10 must-hear story of the day, and it's regarding a tattoo trend. And you know what? That's going to morph into 2 other tattoo stories and body modification stories. But you got to hear, there's a new tattoo trend that is bonkers. I think this has come up on the show before, but I've seen additional pictures, and it's ridiculous. If you're thinking about getting this tattoo, or if you know somebody, this is just nuts. That's going to be the 9-10 must-hear story coming up in the next segment, plus obviously a whole lot more. next. Don't move, folks, on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. breathe. And if you notice, I notice it, that my kind of different sound in my voice, which I don't know if you could detect it or if listeners could, but I could tell. I woke up this morning with kind of the inflamed uvula. That's the little punching bag that hangs. But it happens when, like, the room is cold and I mouth breathe for most of the night. And Michelle loves running the. I used to be the one that cranked the temperature down. Now Michelle likes it colder than I like it. I don't know whether I trained her or something. So what happens, though, if the room is really cold and if I happen to like mouth breathe too much, like the cold air, like I guess it dries out your throat or whatever. Happens every once in a while. So I woke up this morning with that, and it's like totally like dissipated. It feels like everything's back to whatever it was is gone.
Just worked it out?
Just gone. And I even, because I'm a nervous Nelly when it comes to this crap. And I've never had COVID, and I have not been sick since well before COVID. I just haven't been sick with anything. And I did bring my little thermometer in today. I just took my temperature, and I'm cold-blooded, folks. I'm 96.7. So what? I'm like almost 2 degrees below.
I think your thermometer might be broken. You put it in the right place?
No, let's take a double check.
No, it is fine because this morning I have another better one at home. I didn't want to travel with that one, and they were exactly the same. They were 100% calibrated.
Would you like me to apply a rectal one for you?
No,
there's really only one way for a completely accurate temperature.
Yeah.
And
of course, Froggy was going to go in that direction. All right, 9:02 at the MJ Morning Show. I've got our must-hear story at 9:10 coming up about this ridiculous tattoo trend. And in fact, we've actually talked about this in the past. It just came up in sort of a fleeting matter. But I have a little bit more to go on, and I guess more and more people are doing this, and it's silly. I think it's ridiculous. And I've seen pictures where it looks so phony. People tattooing this. What? We'll tell you at 9:10. It's coming up in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. So Arnold Schwarzenegger has been sued, apparently, over, remember the traffic accident where he plowed over a bicycle rider? Remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So
Are you hurt? Did I hit you bad?
Hope you don't have a tumor. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is getting yanked into court, as according to TMZ, after he accidentally hit a bicyclist with his car. And the woman that Arnold Schwarzenegger hit, are you Sarah Connor?
If her name was Sarah Connor.
She's sprawled out on the ground. Arnold gets out of his car and says, are you Sarah Connor? All right, so you know what that's a reference to, right?
No idea.
No clue.
Never heard of it.
Hold on.
Never heard of it, no.
Roxanne, do you know what that is?
Terminator.
Yeah, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. According to this new lawsuit,
You want to check and see if I'm breathing as well?
No.
Let's do CPR.
Hold on, mirror in front of her face.
According to the new lawsuit, which TMZ got a hold of, a woman named Joanne Flickinger. My God.
I like that name.
He just flicked her off of his car.
I live at 1615 Flicka Flacka Lane, and my name is Flickinger.
That's a great fake name.
Joanne Flickinger. That is a killer name. Who said she got flicked right off her bike? Like a pew. Yeah. According to the new lawsuit, Joanne Flickinger claimed that she's the bicyclist who collided with Arnold's SUV back in February on a busy street in West L.A. In the documents, Flickinger claims that Arnold's at fault. She says that he was driving with excessive speed and failed to keep a proper lookout. And she also claims the collision caused her severe injuries.
It isn't severe. I can't do Arnold.
It sounds like Arnold had a stroke when
I didn't have a stroke.
It sounds like a mumbled mouth Elon Musk that you're doing over there.
No, not the Elon Musk. I'm Arnold.
So TMZ broke the story. Arnold was involved in a traffic accident with a woman on a bike. She was transported to a hospital, maybe to Cedars-Sinai.
What is she suing for?
Oh, that was even worse than
mine. That was
mine.
much better than yours. At least you could understand the words.
They were told that the lady's bike attached attach it to his SUV. And so we're told that Arnold took the lady's bike, attached it to his SUV, and took it to a local bike shop for repairs.
I'll take your bicycle and fix it.
Wait, she gets transported away in an ambulance?
And he takes the bike.
Well, actually, it's a nice thing to do that Arnold takes her bike to a bike shop for repairs. I mean, maybe Arnold thought, listen, I think Arnold's a nice guy. I do.
The tires are flat. I'm going to pump them up.
You know who else thinks he's a nice guy? His maid.
No, that was his nanny.
No, it was his maid.
I think it was the maid. Yeah,
Was it?
It was the maid.
I think it was Molly Maid. Yeah,
Kids were out of the house.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So Arnold, I've always heard from people out in L.A. and people that know him that I've never met Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I hear he's a really nice guy. So do you think he thought that, okay, I mowed over this bicyclist. If I just take the bike to a Zippy's bike shop to get it repaired, is that going to prevent her from maybe going after me legally?
Zippy, I need your help.
I mean, he's at least doing the right thing other than hitting the poor lady, Miss Flickinger.
Yeah, TMZ broke the story about Arnold being in the wreck. At the time, law enforcement sources told TMZ the woman made a left turn in front of Arnold before he had a chance to hit his brakes and that he was not going very fast at all. But she's telling a whole different story. So this is a total he said, she said. If the police report doesn't support what the woman is claiming, she might have some difficulty here.
I will make it very hard for you to sue me in court.
Well, listen, if you're run over or if you're in an accident, a car wreck, bike wreck, pedestrian, whatever, you're making a right on red and you hit a pedestrian, I'm going to tell you right now that if you're a famous person, they're going to come after you. Listen, if you're not a famous person, they're coming after you. But, Jackie Childs, he's going to see like dollar signs in his eyes if Arnold Schwarzenegger runs you over. They're going to try to make a case out of it, or at least try to, get a settlement deal to make it go away.
I tell you right now, Arnold comes to Tampa, and I amazingly ride a bike, which I don't, and he hits me. I'm calling Kemp Law Group.
There you go.
I'm calling right away.
I just hit a manatee on the bicycle.
If Arnold makes you fall. What was that, Arnold?
I saw some sort of sea creature. I hit it on the bicycle. I think it's a manatee.
Put him in the water.
Or a hippopotamus.
So, if Arnold makes you fall, call Kemp Law. That's their new slogan.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish my twin brother was with me.
Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
He's doing Jersey Mike's commercials, man.
It was like I saw a manatee with a mouse.
Now that was the worst of all. Yours is the pits.
Okay, sorry about that. Hey, but this kind of comports here. Listen to this. I just happen to bring up red lights and if a pedestrian is in the sidewalk, and this is a problem. And this was in my pile. I didn't even know if I was going to get to it today, but there are cities around the country that are considering banning right on red. So right on red is pretty much a traffic law everywhere. You come to a complete stop,
and then you make your right.
Yield, and then you make a right. But there are numerous cities that are considering taking away right on red that's been around forever because the pedestrian injuries and deaths are skyrocketing. And a lot of it are right-turning cars that are nailing pedestrians in a crosswalk.
It happens to the best of them.
All right, listen, I'm done with Arnold or Elon or whatever.
Okay, I leave now.
Thank you. So that's an issue. All right, 9-10 for the most part. What are you snickering and smirking
It was
at?
Arnold.
Froggy's Elon Arnold impression. I was just entertained.
Oh, thank you.
Elon Arnold?
It's Arnold. Get it right. Or pay the price.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Arlon.
No.
Arnold Elon?
9-10 must hear. Roxanne, have you tapped out?
No. I'm just listening to these guys. I can't do an Arnold imitation,
Give
so
us
I'm
your
kind of
Arnold.
out of the
No,
discussion.
Everybody has an Arnold. Give us your Arnold.
I can't.
Roxanne, hold on. You're doing something else over there.
Are you still shocked by the wieners that came across your text line?
No, what do you?
Can
what-
we please
I didn't say
table
anything.
the wiener talk?
Yeah, please
Table
stop.
it, Froggy.
Froggy,
Table the
knock
wiener.
Here's the one thing. I mean, if
Knock
that was
it
me,
off.
I would.
Roxanne, you're obviously preoccupied. Would you like
No,
to
I'm
share?
not preoccupied. I'm sitting back enjoying the show,
you're
enjoying
just-
all these.
now
There,
you're-
there
you're-
are some bits that we do on this
So
program.
now you're a listener
that-
and not a show
that
member.
I don't need to jump in and try to outdo Elon over here doing his Arnold imitation.
My name is Elon.
She's not in this. She's not in this scene.
Not in the scene.
She's
I'm
not
just,
in this scene.
just a
That's all right.
voyeur.
That's all right.
The 9:10 must-hear story. Do you have any idea? So every morning at about 9:10, I do a must-hear story. I typically promote it, and here we are. Do you know what tattoo trend is gaining additional steam and popularity, and it is ridiculous?
Can I take a guess?
Jess?
Is it the one that you get a tattoo of a scar or a bruise or something?
No.
Son of a turkey.
No, but listen, you're not that far away.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a scar. Roxanne, do you know?
I'm thinking, okay, if it's not a scar, what's close to a scar? Is it a blood? Just blood?
Nope. Nope.
Is it teardrops?
No, that indicates like gang
Yes.
activity.
Yeah, I mean, we're
No.
not talking prison tattoos.
Yeah, teardrops on the left or the right. Are they filled in teardrops? Are they just outlines? All that has meaning, folks, in gangland. All right, now, it's freckles.
Oh, yes, I heard about this.
We mentioned this maybe a year and a half ago. It came up, but it's been a long time. The reason why I'm bringing it back up, I saw a news story about this whole fake freckle trend, and it's out of hand. And that women are getting fake freckles tattooed onto their face. And in most cases, they look ridiculous. It looks like someone took a ballpoint pen and literally just, went to town and jammed freckle marks on somebody's, cheeks, upper cheeks, below the eye, across the nose.
Is it a bunch of freckles, or
Yes.
is it like
No.
like Cindy
And it doesn't
Crawford?
look natural.
No, it's listen, Fester, go look at this. Go, just do a search quickly for fake freckle trend.
Here's some images.
And they, in many cases,
Oh, man.
they look at that one right there. It looks like somebody took a black pen. Look at the one on the far right. You see the one? The large one with their eyes closed.
That one.
Yeah, look how phony those look. Roxanne, look at this. Point to the one I'm talking about.
All right, go back.
Go back. All right, right there. That one right there. Does
Yeah,
that
she
look
looks like who's that? Pippi Longstocking.
She's going to be stung by about a
Right?
million bees.
No,
Yeah, she's trying to go for that overly freckled face, and they just look terrible.
But women are getting freckle tattoos. And if you were to count the freckles on there, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's probably, 100 freckles on there?
I mean, at least she probably bought the 100 freckle package.
How much is it a freckle?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Well, I don't know how much it is a freckle.
$1.25 a freckle.
17 cents a freckle.
I can understand like the cute little freckle. Not cute. I think they're gross, but the girls have on their face.
Listen, a natural freckle, there's nothing wrong
Like
with that.
Madonna.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. But to have fake freckles tattooed onto your cheek, above your, below your eye, across your nose, these look ridiculous.
Yeah, that fad's going to go out
Let's get
eventually.
some fake melanoma scars while you're at it.
Yes.
Anyway, so I guess the question is, would you be interested in this new fake freckle trend?
I want to get fake moles and skin tags put all over my face.
Yes, hello, I want to look like Morgan Freeman.
I just want to get a
moles.
bunch of freckles on my butt.
Listen, I
Freckle
want to
butt.
look like Morgan Freeman in Driving Miss Daisy. Can you make that happen, please?
Take you to the piggly wiggly.
Or I want to look like Morgan Freeman in Batman. He played Alfred, right? In a couple of movies.
He was Alfred.
Yeah. I don't think he didn't do every Batman movie,
No.
but he did a few of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Michael Caine was Alfred in a bunch of
Oh
movies.
yeah, you're right.
But MJ, I mean, Allison has a reasonable amount of freckles, and she kind of tries to cover them up when she puts makeup on. You can't tell when she's covered.
Listen, natural freckles are cute. There's not an issue. But women that are getting fake freckles tattooed on their face, it's just ridiculous. And then this is a great segue item here. And I have a couple of stories about, here's somebody that spent $12,000 getting devil horns, 100 piercings on their face. And the person has to apparently come out and say, oh, my mental health has never been better.
And they don't know why they can't get a job.
No. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're getting all kinds of face tattoos, and where was I recently? Oh, I know where it was. You know what? I don't want to. I'd feel bad if I named the specific place. But I was recently somewhere at a retail establishment, and the worker there had face completely tattooed, all kinds of blotches and splotches and all kinds of words and symbols. I'm like, what is going on? And I mean, can we agree that someone getting their whole face tattooed or getting devil horns put in the top of their head, or they have 600 piercings on all their brows, their lips, their nostrils, their ears, their cheeks?
It's just a good look. Timeless.
But clearly, I think it's safe to say that there are some mental abnormalities there.
That's not true.
What do you mean it's not true? Somebody gets their whole face tattooed, gets devil horns installed under their skin.
Nope.
So you look like, what was that, Hellboy? I mean, come on.
It's an expression of self to be his truest version.
Doesn't that hurt?
So this was a Daily Mail headline. I spent $12,000 getting devil horns and 100 piercings in my face. My mental health has never been better. I would like to challenge that assertion. Now, I am not trained in the psychological sciences.
No, you are not.
I do not have a PhD.
Nope.
I don't have an MBA. In fact, I never even graduated college. I'm a freaking failure.
Pretty much.
I left college midway through my junior year. I left college.
Smart.
And, man, things just haven't worked out. So, listen, kids stay in school. So, here's the deal. If somebody is doing that kind of dysmorphic body imagery and modifications, that has to indicate, like, some mental issues. I'm sorry. Here's a guy, again, tattooed human Satan has 3 fingers removed to turn his hands into claws. You're telling me? What? Yeah, hold on. I'm not making this up.
Which 3?
A man dubbed Human Satan, who's addicted to body modifications, has revealed his latest project, and it's raised some eyebrows. Michael Diabeo Prado revealed that he has had his little finger and ring finger on his hand, as well as the ring finger on his left hand, amputated in a bid to turn his hands into claws, according to the Daily the Mirror, in London.
All right, I can get rid of pinky and ring finger.
Come on, Fester, get out of here. I mean, these are not normal moves. These indicate a psychological disorder. Listen, if you want to get a tongue ring or a tongue stud or a nose ring or whatever, does that mean that you're all mentaled up good? No, it doesn't. But if somebody has 150 pieces of hardware jammed through their face, like you just ran over a 500 or 1,000 nail box of roofing nails that fell off the back of the truck on 275, and suddenly that's what your face looks like.
Ow.
You know, that indicates some. I mean, these folks that do these modifications, you're telling me that everything is normal upstairs? Come on.
Crazy.
It's a good look. Like I said.
No, I don't think it's a good look.
Oh,
No,
no.
they're mutilating themselves. They have like no love for themselves.
They have great love for their body modifier.
All right, let's take a quick break here. So it's 9:19 at the MJ Morning Show. We have our long final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next. And guess who's on the fun list of cities in America? Seriously, we have a local city, a local municipality that has made the most fun, cities in America. Which local town, city, municipality, which has made the list? I will tell you next. Also, all-nighters. Who's pulled all-nighters in the past?
Doing what?
Yeah, whatever. You know, maybe it's college, maybe, who knows?
I've had to pull a few of those.
Right. So maybe it's for work, all-nighters. I did some all-nighters in the past. So something very interesting regarding all-nighters. And to the best of my knowledge, None of the Amazon delivery drivers have done this at my house. And it's not just one thing. There are two things. And they're two separate stories. You know my adage that if you're a business or a company, it's not really necessarily a reflection on the whole operation. But if you have that many employees, you're going to have some wackos, right?
Yes.
You're going to have some bad apples. If you're a company that employs 100,000 people, you're going to just the averages are going to show you're going to have some mental defects in there, right? All right, hold on. All that and more next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Can I go? Is the water back on in the bathroom yet? Do we know? What was that?
I think they shut the air conditioner off in here.
Yeah, the AC.
It just got like 10 degrees hotter in the studio.
It is hot as the devil's rectum in here. What did I say? Oh, I didn't. What did you say? Yeah. Oh, the air's not blowing. The air's off. So our studio is hot as can be.
We have no water, sweltering studio. It's like a third world country.
Yeah, what's going on here? It's like the Walmart at 275 in Dale Mabry. And no sanitizing wipes in here either.
Well, this is a complex radio station.
Yeah, it's a very complex operation. Why doesn't again, that just bothers me. Other Walmarts have the sanitizing wipes, but for whatever reason, did they disrespect their customers so much at 275 in Dale Mabry at that Walmart that they just did away? Maybe someone stole. That's a complex, challenging Walmart. Maybe someone stole it. Maybe somebody wanted the Purell wipe dispenser from the foyer or the lobby or the vestibule at Walmart. Maybe they wanted that for their own home and they stole it. Who knows? All right, 921 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, earlier today we had Kenny Newman on. Man, I had that thing in mono. I wonder why it sounded crappy. Welcome back, MJ Morning Show, Q105 at 9:30, and the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Roxanne, why do you look like you just saw a ghost? You got a very apprehensive, concerned look on your face.
That's just the looks that Fester and I give each other. That's our greeting to one another when I walk back in the room.
Yeah.
Here's Max, our chief engineer. Max, I don't know what's going on, but it's been hot since the beginning of the day, and it is hot right now. We're sweating. I'm about to have a heat stroke in here.
It's getting hot in here.
All right.
Get some ice packs ready, Max, in case he has
It's getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes.
No, Max, don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, we saw a great movie.
Yeah, you told us to remind you about that.
And nobody did. I just remembered myself, so I can't count on you guys for jack.
For nothing.
For nothing. So I don't even know the name of the movie, but it was I think it was called Burial. I think that's the name of the movie. We saw the movie called Burial, and no, it's not some kids visit a crazy hostel in like Czechoslovakia or something, or the Czech Republic now, whatever the hell it's called, or Transylvania. No, Burial stars Jamie Foxx, and I think this is prior to him having his medical episode. So this was done, I'm sure, prior to that. Man, he was incredible. Have you heard about this movie? It's about a whole funeral home scandal involving the National Baptist Convention. Do you remember back in the day? Oh, it's called The Burial. So it's called The Burial. And where did we watch it? Did we watch it on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, it came up, I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't even think we had to pay for it. I think it was included with my Amazon Prime. It was fantastic. And Jamie Foxx was just incredible. And it's about this personal injury attorney who then goes after this major player in the funeral industry, and it's based on a true story. And the National Baptist Convention was intertwined in this deal, and it had to do with this small funeral home operator, like a family-run operation in, was it Louisiana or Mississippi?
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Mississippi funeral home.
Yeah, and man, what a great story. I mean, just the acting was great. It was just, I'm watching this thing, I'm like, man, this is great.
Sounds like Bernie.
You know what? Bernie was also, that was Jack Black, right?
And also a true story.
Oh, true.
That movie's amazing.
Yeah. So, folks, if you want two great funeral home stories, if you want to go back-to-back funeral movies, it's The Burial, and then if you have not seen Bernie yet with Jack Black, that movie is tremendous.
You don't have to eat your you don't have to chew your fried beans 100 times. It's fried beans.
I gotta watch that movie again.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But we watched again The Burial with Jamie Foxx, and highly recommend it. If you don't like it, you get a hold of me, I'll give you your money back.
Whoa. That's a high claim.
It's on Prime Video.
I think it is free.
Streaming on Prime.
It's free on Amazon Prime. So, don't if you pay for it, I'm not giving you money back. I'm only giving you money back if you get streaming with Amazon Prime. Hey, speaking of Amazon, man, this is a great segue. And in no way do I think this represents the Amazon drivers. And let me be honest, the Amazon Prime drivers that delivered to my neighborhood or to my house, whenever we do, see, Michelle is much more active. I try to buy locally or order from smaller mom and pop companies. And the other thing with Amazon, a lot of times their prices are grossly inflated. A lot of time with Amazon, it's the convenience. It's good. And some people just believe, it's on Amazon, so it's got to be the best price. It's not. In many cases, it's not. When I do purchase from Amazon, it's something that I need like right away that I can't get elsewhere, or I've done my research and their price actually is better with our free shipping or our free shipping. So, for instance, I just ordered 3 Type-C charging cables because I want a 6-foot cable to be able to stretch where I want it to stretch. And it's got all the 2.0, the 3.0, all the data transfer specifications, all the, because, all cables are not created equal.
No.
You think you're plugging in a cable and all cables are equal? No. You can end up with some crap cable, some really bad wiring that'll like charge too slow or not at all or whatever. So I just had something delivered over the weekend. Came on Saturday came on Sunday, came yesterday. And hey, delivery was flawless. And I've never seen this kind of behavior in my neighborhood. I don't know if an Amazon driver has pooped in my yard ever. But
I mean, it's probably happened.
I don't think it's ever happened. Here's a couple of things here. So I'm just going to say that these Amazon driver stories, these are the exceptions. These are the anomalies. Now, I wouldn't put it past Jeff Bezos, to, use my yard as a bathroom.
Sure. I mean, you got to go, you got to go.
No, but here's the deal. This is out in Vegas. Amazon driver has been fired. He was caught urinating in the front yard of a Las Vegas woman's home, and he wasn't even delivering there. Well, I guess maybe there's something he said that he didn't whiz in the customer's yard. He whizzed in somebody that's not even an Amazon Prime member. Unidentified man wearing an Amazon vest, and those are typically those light blue and gray or whatever vests, the Amazon vest. So the unidentified man was wearing an Amazon vest, and he was caught on camera yanking down his pants after climbing out of an unmistakable blue van to drop off a package at Val Williams' neighbor's home, according to the surveillance footage, which captured everything. About a minute later, he's seen pulling up his pants and making the unsolicited delivery on the side of Williams' house. This woman says, I expect dogs to pee outside, but not human beings like the Amazon driver whizzing in my front yard.
No, I expect humans to whiz everywhere as well.
Yeah.
So she sleuthed out the number one perpetrator here, and it was number one, after enduring weeks of a mysterious repugnant stench coming from her front yard. So she positioned the security cameras to cover that area. And apparently this guy was using her place repeatedly.
That's the go-to spot.
That was the go-to spot where he had good coverage. He could go to the side of the house. The footage didn't capture the delivery driver in the act, but Williams claims the evidence is unpeniable. It literally says this in the story. He'd only stopped to make a delivery on the neighbor's house and shouldn't have been on her property at all. He whizzed all over the house and on the water hose as well, on the side of the house.
Oh.
What the? She says, I feel very violated. Apparently claimed that it was obvious that he had a lot of asparagus for dinner. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't say that. But it's terrible. Yeah, so Amazon's local delivery service partner, which is IBR Logistics, told Williams over text that other clients had lodged similar complaints about the man.
Really?
Yeah, so they fired this dude.
How many times do you have to get a complaint about peeing in yards before they do something?
That's crazy. That's nuts. And then the other story is an Amazon delivery driver entered a New Jersey house, delivered the package, saw the door was open, just walked right in.
Help yourself.
Yeah, luckily it's never happened in my place either. Amazon driver delivering a package in Pennsylvania, in Denville, Pennsylvania. Didn't steal anything, but just walked into the house. Noticed the front door was open and just helps himself, walks in.
You didn't get something from the fridge or anything?
Yeah. Even though nothing was stolen from the house, a 28-year-old Bronx, New York native was arrested, charged with burglary. Yeah, you walk in, that's burglary. You know, if you stick your hand unwanted into somebody's car, that's considered burglary. Yeah, the driver delivered a package to the home, observed the door was ajar, according to the Denville, Pennsylvania police Captain Jeff Tucker. He then left and returned a short time later without his delivery vest, entered the home. He was inside the residence when the homeowners returned, and then he fled. Well, first of all, why are these people leaving their place with their door open? Doesn't make much sense.
Right, but still.
But you don't expect the Amazon guy just to walk in and stroll through your place. That's weird. Yeah, Amazon again said that the driver worked for a third-party delivery service and is no longer delivering for Amazon. He's moving on to Grubhub. I don't know. But, yeah, listen. I don't think this happens very often, but when it does, it's obviously unnerving. You got one guy who's whizzing all over someone's lady's house. This guy's just walking in. I mean, why would you walk in? I mean, you must be looking for something. Were they looking for a wad of cash? Were they looking for jewelry?
Just an idiot.
Just snooping around.
Yeah,
hey, anybody home? I'll put your package here. Let me peek
No.
it. Yeah.
Well, let me see what they have in the fridge.
Yeah.
Maybe they got something left over. Who the heck knows?
Weird.
New York City Marathon was yesterday.
I missed it. Damn it.
Yeah. I missed it as well. I didn't see any of it on TV. Nope. So the New York City Marathon, I'm going to tell you right now that some dude from Kenya won. I have no idea. I'm telling you. I have no idea who actually won. But I'm going to tell you right now, you know what? I'm guessing the man and the woman. So the male and the female, both from Kenya. I'm telling you right now. All right, so this is, and if I'm wrong, I will, oh, no.
Ethiopia.
Oh, Ethiopia. All right.
Timirat Tola.
I'm close. Timirat Tola of Ethiopia won the New York City Marathon. 2 hours, 4 minutes, 58 seconds. Ooh, that broke the all-time record. Albert Career of Kenya finished as runner-up. Son of a... Albert, you let me down! Then, here we go. Helen Obiri of Kenya won the women's race. Listen, I was pretty damn close, guys.
Now you're way off.
Yeah, I was way off. All right. Now, what about celebrities? Celebrities that ran the New York City Marathon.
Who?
Who the hell is Matt James?
Ooh, Matt James.
Season 25 of The Bachelor.
Oh, yes. I love that guy.
Oh, no, you have no idea who he is.
Matt. Everybody knows Matt.
Froggy and I were like, Matt James. Big fan.
You have no
Seriously,
idea.
I'm looking at him now, and I do remember him. Not that I ever watched that particular
So then how do you remember him if you didn't watch it?
He was in there was something significant about, I don't remember what it was, but he was in the news.
For something.
Who
else? Give me a bigger celebrity than a guy on The Bachelor.
What, he tackled his neighbor on a riding mower? I mean, what do you mean he's in the news?
That would be
I don't know, some drama with when it came down to the last rose.
Anyway, so he ran it. Who's Chenille Jones?
Oh, Chenille. Yes.
Of course.
She's so nice and great.
Apparently, she's a correspondent for the Today Show.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, I do know her.
Yes. Chenille Jones reporting live from the scene. Back to you, Hoda.
Okay, these names I know. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes.
Oh, yeah, we know them.
Remember, they were the Good Morning.
yeah.
They're the Good Morning America folks that were hooking up, and they both got fired.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good to see those two still together.
Yeah, so they're still together.
Just rub it in our faces, Amy and TJ.
They both ran the New York City Marathon over the weekend.
Are they still unemployed?
They are. Well, let me put it this way.
They have a podcast.
They just announced they have a podcast now.
Oh, that's a joke. Really?
No, they do. Oh, no,
I thought you were kidding,
no,
too.
I thought you knew.
No,
they just announced a new podcast. So what that means is they can't find a job anywhere, so they're starting a podcast.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, so TJ Holmes.
Don't put that down too soon.
Yeah, Amy Robach is 50, TJ Holmes 46, and they finished together in 4 hours, 14 minutes, 39 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, what teamwork.
Who the heck's Patina Miller? Broadway star? Never heard of her.
Yes, Patina.
Yes. How about Luke McFarlane?
Luke. Luke, my boy.
You have no idea.
How are you, Luke?
Who are these people?
Brothers and Sisters alum.
Brothers? Oh.
What is that?
Was it a TV show?
Was it?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Oh, Nev Schulman.
Nev!
Surely. So good, Nev.
MTV reality star completed his 7th marathon.
Yes.
Harry Hudson.
Perry!
Was it Perry or Harry?
No, Harry.
Harry, of course.
No good singer, Harry Hudson?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes, he's the
Anyway,
good singer.
So there are folks that we're supposed to know that ran the New York City Marathon.
I haven't heard of one of them.
Never heard of these folks.
The GMA people I know because they got fired.
Yeah. And yes, they're working together again doing a podcast, which means that they can't get arrested. Means they can't get a job anywhere. All right, to wrap things up today, folks, guess which Tampa Bay area city is on the list as one of the most fun cities in America?
Largo.
No-go.
Oh. Largo seems like a good time.
Nope. Roxanne, would you like to guess?
For a good time, call 813.
Which is what?
Tampa.
No.
Wait, what was the question?
I have a guess.
Hold on, that's correct. Yes.
It's not Titicaca?
All right, come on.
It's a lake, not a city.
It's a lake in South America. All right, so...
What am I thinking of?
Yeah, Wallet Hub conducted a survey, and Tampa, one of the most fun cities in the country, according to Wallet Hub. Yeah, I got the whole press release on this thing.
Number 12.
Number 12 on the list.
You know how I know all about this?
I don't know.
You're a fun lady.
Well, that's for sure.
You
But
sure are.
I did a post about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
When,
still doing
when
those,
did
huh?
you do the post?
MyQ105.com. Did it last night.
Oh, very good. Yeah, so I got the press release at mjmorningshow.com from Wallet Hub. So they sent me the top 15 cities ranked for the most fun in America. Number 15 is Denver, Colorado. Number 14 is Portland, Oregon. Number 13, Fort Lauderdale. Number 12 is Tampa. 11 is Cincinnati. 10 is Chicago. 9 is New York, New York. 8 is Honolulu, Hawaii.
Really?
Number 7, Austin, Texas. 6 is San Francisco. Oh, yeah. A lot of fun. Dodging piles of homeless poop, tent cities, and used needles.
We can make a game out of it.
I mean, it's kind of like hopscotch, except with poop bags.
Yeah, tell you what, just turn the kids loose on the streets of San Francisco and see, how many rabies, tetanus, and gamma goblin shots they need.
Who is number one? Who is number one? We got stuck at San Francisco.
Yeah, number 5 is New Orleans. Number 4 is Atlanta, Georgia. Number 3 is Miami. Number 2 is Orlando. Oh, and the number 1 most fun city in America is
Tulsa,
Las Vegas, Nevada.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Never been.
I guess.
Well, there you have it.
All right, whatever.
Tampa's number 12. I would have thought for sure that Safety Harbor would have been in there. Come on.
Safety Harbor doesn't have the strip clubs like Tampa does.
That's a good point.
They've got Nona's Slice House, though.
Yeah.
True.
It's a good pizza over there. Actually, 3 good pizzas because they have 3 different styles. All right, we got to roll, folks. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 9:46 at the MJ Morning Show.
Why is it so hot? What's happening?
The studio sucks is what's
what's going
air
on?
conditioner died.
Well, there's air blowing now. So Max, Froggy's about to have
I gotta get out of
an
here.
asthmatic attack because it's been 109 degrees in here all day.
You're like Bear Grylls in the middle of the Sahara.
Max just rolled in, our engineer, and now it is blowing cold. That's great. Last 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Last 10 seconds of the freaking show, our air is blowing cold now. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Always stuff on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. If you need to get a hold of me, hot gossip, got something for the show, something I need to know, MJ at mjmorningshow.com via email. We'll see you tomorrow, folks, for the Tuesday broadcast, and let's be careful out there.
Download the app now.